3 kind of professional players
Yep.
involved in this.
Oh, wait, somebody's playing this over their speakers right now.
Oops.
All right. Welcome
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello.
to Push to Talk Radio. My name is Anthony, and I've got next to me
Alex.
and
Zach.
we're here to
Shoot the shit.
yeah, shoot the shit, play games, talk about tonight. It's going to be
Love.
relationships,
Love.
Talk about love.
and hopefully field some questions from the chat if we get any viewers. And yeah, I think maybe we fixed the Facebook chat issue that we were having last week. So if anybody is watching on, I actually see Cody Jackson's joined in there. If you can throw a comment on the video, it would be a great test for us. So yeah, and if you want to engage with us in the chat more, I guess, formally, we are going to be mostly communicating with our Twitch chatters tonight for like a back and forth. But if you have any questions or anything, feel free to post that on YouTube or Facebook or wherever else you're watching. And yeah, so I think, oh, you know what? Let's read the disclaimer while we're at this.
That's what we need to do.
So, this is different without bed music, isn't it?
Bad music?
Yeah, like the music was playing in the background last week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we don't have that little background.
Yeah. So just a quick disclaimer. We are MA candidates for clinical mental health counseling. And we want to make sure that people understand that the hosts and moderators of this show are not providing therapy and or therapeutic services. Advice given on this show is not an alternative to seeking professional help. The team behind Push to Talk is not responsible for any decisions viewers make regarding their own mental health. And if you or anyone you know are in need of immediate help, please call emergency services at 911 or call a crisis hotline near you that can be found on our Facebook page, our Twitch channel,
Google.
and our panels. You can Google it. It's on our YouTube page. We just urge you to seek services not on this stream. And we're also just generally open to taking your questions as long as it's not a crisis. So,
I mean, even if it's a crisis,
Oh, yeah?
don't sue us.
that's probably a good way to put it.
If it's a crisis, we'll help you get to the
Yeah.
right crisis
Uh-huh.
center.
Totally.
Are you able to post a comment there
Yeah. What do we want?
on Facebook? Remember where the chat wasn't working last time?
Let's see.
Maybe even hit reply to this and like post one, and maybe it'll show up on Facebook. So yeah, I think we wanted to start with make sure the gain is up enough on here. We wanted to start with things left over from last week.
What's left over?
I don't know, what is left over?
I don't even remember what we talked about.
Oh God, I don't know either.
Mm,
Well, we talked about dick sizes.
that's
for,
right. Yeah. I was actually hoping that wouldn't be what we would lead with today.
Maybe we can just get it out of our system now.
Alex?
Oh, it'll never be out of my system.
I think generally, though, we were speaking about what we want out of a partner.
Were we? I don't ever
there was a-
remember
Yeah,
sharing.
we were talking a little bit about needs. Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Mhm.
If you say so.
ISUP. What's going on, man? Welcome to the
Oh,
chat.
that's me.
Oh.
What the fuck is up? Get it?
Oh my God, you're great. Okay, so we're talking to ourselves, which is fine.
No, that's
It's
cool.
chill.
Conversation's got to start somewhere. So it's not going to Facebook, though.
It's not.
No, I don't
The
think so.
comments aren't.
Yeah.
Maybe pull up the stream in earnest. Like click that, and then it should
Oh, here we
be
go.
something right here. Like, can you write a comment there? Yeah, I just saw it pop up here. So,
Okay.
hopefully people will be able to communicate on there.
It's not showing up in the restream.
Okay, so
All right,
what
so
are we
yeah.
starting with? What's our first topic?
Well, our first, oh, that did come up.
Oh, great. Just a delay. Okay. No, we're working then.
But for whatever reason, when you posted it, it didn't.
It didn't.
You know, I'm sure this is really great information for the people watching.
Uh-huh.
Are you being facetious?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
This technical talk is probably really entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the first thing on the agenda tonight was just to do just that, cover anything that's left over from last week, if anything,
Mm-hmm.
and just kind of get a feel for where we're at this week, and maybe even talk about what we're planning to bring this week. So
Yeah.
Well, I'm actually kind of thinking, do you want to just start with one of those relationship questions, and then maybe we can, like, kind of spread them out throughout?
Yeah, that works
I'm down
me.
for that.
Okay. Should I read one of the ones that I chose?
Please.
Okay.
Okay. I
So-
see what y'all are saying about it being loud now.
Okay.
I just turned the... Okay.
Uh-huh.
So there's a 24-year-old female with a 24-year-old male boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
And so she's saying, my current partner was in a long-term relationship of 7 years when we met. They broke up a couple months later, and there was instantly a spark between us. We were very flirty. We were going on dates, very casually seeing each other. This went on for about 4 months until we were exclusive. We didn't start officially dating until another 5 months after that. He told me about his one-night stand after his relationship, and I realized it overlapped with the timeline of our casual dates. He doesn't remember exactly what happened, but says it was near the very beginning. I know we weren't official, but when I think about it, it hurts me, and unfortunately I brought it up negatively a couple times. When I'm level-headed and think about the situation, I feel like I'm being unfair. How do I get past this and stop letting it bother me? Oh, man.
So what do y'all think?
I feel like you guys know what I'm going to say.
What do you-
Attachment trauma.
what do you-
Attachment
attachment trauma.
Just, it all comes back to attachment trauma.
Okay.
Well, say more about what you mean.
Uh-huh.
Well, fuck. I mean, so if you're, I mean, she
Hello,
talks about it.
world.
She's like, when I'm level-headed, I think I'm being unfair, which I think
Iris.
I agree with a
embraces
little
you.
bit. You know, like they weren't really dating. It was just casual. It was at the very beginning.
Uh-huh.
You know.
And
It's-
remind me, because I spaced out a little bit while you were bringing this up.
Uh-huh.
He was with another woman early
Like
on
a
in their
one-night
relationship.
stand, while they were just casually seeing each other. Like they
Okay.
weren't dating at all or exclusive yet.
And what is she wanting out of this? Or is she just
She's
feeling
just
like
saying-
betrayed? Or
She's saying, when I think about it, it hurts me.
Yeah, she feels
Oh.
hurt. She brings it up. Kind of sounds like she brings it up in a little below the belt.
Yeah.
Whereas she uses it as a weapon. It seems a little bit.
oh, so she's feeling some resentment around that.
Some resentment, maybe. I think what you said about betrayal, right? I think she's feeling betrayal. Even though, right, like she's saying, "Oh well, we weren't really together. It was just a one-night stand thing," but she's still feeling something about it. And I hear her saying, "Oh, but I'm just kind of making." What did she say? When I'm level-headed about it.
Yeah, she thinks she's being unfair.
She thinks she's being unfair when she's level-headed about it.
Hmm.
But either way, like whether fair or not, I mean, she's got some feelings there, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Does she
so-
say if she communicates this to her partner when she's not feeling level-headed?
She doesn't say.
Okay. So that's probably no. If she said that it comes out sideways sometimes, right?
Uh-huh. But
Yeah.
when she's feeling level-headed, she thinks she's being unfair. So why would she bring it up?
Wait, when she's not being level-headed?
When she is level-headed, she feels like she's being unfair, which I would agree with. So
You
why
think
would she
You
bring
think
it up?
she's being unfair?
Yeah.
How come?
Well, because it was the very beginning of when they first started seeing each other. They weren't dating.
Well, I'm kind of want to separate her feelings of it being unfair and then any way that she's enacting that, right? So, like, if she's feeling sort of feelings of betrayal or whatever, that she was cheated on or whatever's coming up for her around this, in what ways is she communicating that? That's, I think, kind of what we're talking about, right? Because if she's feeling a certain way, she's not necessarily being a certain way.
Well-
Unless she's like acting that out and saying, "You son of a bitch, you fucking did this with that girl," and I'm going to bring this up every fight that we have for the next 2 years.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of what I'm imagining. It's
Uh-huh.
like, you didn't do the dishes and you fucked that chick a year ago. Like, you know, like,
It's never about the dishes.
it's never about.
I had a therapist once who actually I hope she's watching tonight because I gave her the stream
Oh,
info.
that's cute.
I told her, man, I was having an argument about the toilet seat, and we were just like yelling at each other, and she just looked at me like it was so obvious. She's like, it's never about the toilet seat.
No, right?
It's just
Yeah.
not.
Well, I'm sure you put it down every single time, right, Anthony?
Oh no! At that time, man, I was like vehemently defending my right to to put the toilet seat down however the hell I wanted in my house.
Yeah.
That's how I approached
Well,
it.
this
Wow.
one, I mean, this one I don't understand. Why is it so important to put the seat down? It takes the same amount of effort to put it down and to lift it up. I don't get this one.
Right.
I
Well,
don't.
That makes sense to me.
I think the best, maybe like if we're talking about it not being about them being heard, okay.
Okay. Uh-huh.
I would say the best logical argument that I've heard for this is that there's like some danger of like falling in the middle of the night.
No,
Yeah,
come
there
on.
is. Larry David. This is
Right?
was an
Yeah. It was. It totally was.
Yeah.
Fucking Larry David is truth, man.
It's
Well, I
true.
mean, I guess
it's
so.
true. I mean, that's actually.
Is this so? You're saying this isn't a concern for you?
No.
Okay.
I mean, I've never really lived with a guy I was dating. I actually haven't. I mean,
Or even just be. So I wasn't living with this girl at the time either.
Uh-huh.
She was just over at my place and was upset that I would leave the toilet seat up.
So, Alex, in the
Yeah.
in the middle of the night when you have to go pee, do you check to see if the seat's down, or do you just sit down?
I feel like I turn on a light or something.
You don't pee in the dark.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
And anyways, my
That's
seat's
always a
always
gamble,
down.
isn't it?
Why would I
Seat's
have
always
my
down.
seat ever be up?
Well, right. I don't know. That's a great question.
That's the one joy of being single.
That's it. That's the only joy. Is you don't the seat.
yeah.
The toilet seat argument doesn't apply.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
So, what are we talking about now, though? We're talking about that. It's never about the dishes. Like you
Uh-huh.
said. Never about
Uh-huh.
the toilet seat.
I mean, and she's saying, I don't know if you guys still want to go back to this.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
she's
let's
saying,
go.
How do I get past this and stop letting it bother me?
Oh.
Now I think we're getting to the
Oh.
meat of the
Right.
whole
I'm about to
issue.
use my
Bruce Tiff.
my Bruce Tiff
Oh,
timer here.
okay, like
Bust
You
out
ready?
the timer.
I'm Janina Fisher, you're Bruce Tiff, and you're Stan Tacton or whatever. Like that's what's happening.
You got to be okay with not being okay with it.
Ooh.
But then you're just re-traumatizing yourself.
It's. I mean. So I want to clarify that as I'm saying this, I want to be clear that I'm not saying that this is reality. That this is just one way to approach possibly coming to a resolution on this, right? I'm not saying that this is what she has to do and this is the only way to do it, right? But one could make a pretty solid argument, I think, that any feelings that you have that you want to get rid of, you have to feel them. And
I don't
if you-
agree with that.
Okay, what do you think?
I think that, you know, kind of just letting yourself be hurt is letting that younger part of you take control. And then it's like reinforcing that trauma.
Well, assuming that she's going to be hurt from feeling something is actually putting her in a child role.
But she is hurt. She already said she was hurt.
Oh, she feels pain. She's not hurt.
Well, she says
And again, I want to be clear that I'm like speaking from, a particular position in order as like a means to work at something a certain way.
uh-huh.
Yeah.
It sounds like that position too is based on self-soothing or self-regulation.
Mine?
Well, I didn't really get clear on what your suggestion was.
Oh yeah. What
For
is
this
yours?
person.
I'm curious.
The
So
suggestion?
so I've gotten mine out. What
Yeah.
are you saying could be done?
Just
here?
I just want to reiterate. Anthony's suggestion was she's got to feel it and deal with it on her own. Is that right?
I give myself permission to feel betrayed on and off for the rest of my life.
Oh my god. Textbook Bruce Tiff right now.
I know. And that may not even be it, right? It could be.
Does that work for you?
Sometime. Honestly, most of the time it's a reminder that that's what I'm doing.
What do you mean?
That I'm not letting myself feel that thing. It's not even that I can always necessarily give myself permission in that moment. Does that make sense?
But what if your reaction to the situation is not proportional to the situation itself?
Well, now we're confusing her feelings with her behaviors
No.
because they're separate.
No, what are you talking about? She's saying, I feel hurt because of this thing that I know it's unrational.
Yeah.
Or irrational or whatever.
Feelings are oftentimes
I mean,
not rational.
emotions are the opposite of rationality.
I know, but it's like which part of her brain is engaged right now? You know, is it the highest levels of the brain that like recognizes the irrationality and is like, okay, and then
I think
uses that
so.
information.
She's naming it as such, right?
But when the hurting part of her is in control, is her, you know, prefrontal cortex or whatever really engaged?
I'm not suggesting she does this when she's fired up about it.
And I'm unclear too. Like, just because she's feeling hurt doesn't mean that doesn't reflect her behavior.
And
she could be feeling hurt and not acting out, or she could be feeling hurt and acting out.
But I'm saying, does she need to be feeling hurt?
Well, I guess I feel like whether she needs to or not is irrelevant. If she does,
I don't
she
know.
does. I've
I don't
never been
know.
able to just turn my emotions off.
Or
in
just
that way.
recognize that, oh, this might just be a trauma response.
Yeah,
You know?
that's
Which
on
is
some
different
level.
from
I
just
think that's
allowing
similar
it.
to what I'm saying. Is I give myself permission to feel a trauma response right now, and I have a decision in this moment on how I'm going to respond to that feeling. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So how would you respond?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, personally, and what we're not getting here, I think, is like how she communicates. If she's afraid to tell him when she's feeling adult about it, because my sense is that if it comes out sideways like that, she's unable to communicate it with him when she is feeling more adult about it, or whatever you want to say, right? When she's not reactionary about it. And something she might want to try to do, maybe, just throwing it out there, is bring it up as, this is what I'm feeling, and I'm not trying to blame you, but this is difficult for me.
But why even bother communicating it?
Oh, I don't know. You got an answer for that? You don't have to.
I
And
just
and
don't
it
see
sounds
what that
like
would
if she's
accomplish.
struggling with it, this is part of what relationships can be sometimes, maybe.
Maybe.
Say, I'm not wanting to accuse you of anything. I'm not. I'm noticing a lot of jealousy about this thing that you did, and I'm just wanting you to hear that.
Okay.
I don't know.
I don't really see what that would do.
Well, you can try it and find out.
Well, if I had a man, I'd try it. Thanks for reminding me, asshole.
I don't know, and that's. I'm playing with this sort of way of looking at feelings, emotions, vulnerability, right now in my personal life. So this is sort of just the stance that I'm taking with this particular question. So I'm open to hearing like how else it could be worked with.
Wait, how are you working with vulnerability right now?
By taking. So on some level, allowing myself to not. So if the thing that I'm quote unquote wanting is to be more vulnerable, right? I'm making an assumption that I'm not, and that I'm not okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
And on some level, accepting the part of myself that doesn't want to be vulnerable is the only way through the feeling, I think. And
So eventually you will want to be more vulnerable?
I think even holding that eventually is already missing the practice of it. But, and yes. Or I don't know what it would look like. Maybe I just turn into what I'm afraid that I'm going to turn into if I become vulnerable, right? This gets into what I said I was going to dress up as for Halloween.
Uh-huh.
Don't say this yet. but-
Okay.
Is any of this making sense? I feel like I'm going on a lot about how I'm seeing this question, and I want to hear from y'all.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still curious too how you would answer, because
Me?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like what's her main question? Can you say it one more time?
She's saying, how do I get past
How do I
this
get past
and
it?
stop letting it bother me?
And so what was your feeling? How do you
I think, I mean, from my limited understanding of Janina Fisher's work, is that when she feels hurt, it's a younger part of herself that had some kind of attachment trauma, like didn't get enough love or attention or whatever. And if you let that, like, that part of you is acting from a place of like defensiveness and reactivity, you know, it's not acting from a place of like, you know, creative problem solving and rationality. And it's just re-traumatizing you. If you're just feeling those same feelings again in this situation, it's just re-traumatizing, you know. And she's,
Can you unpack re-traumatizing?
oh fuck, I wish I knew about this more, but okay. I think it's like you get hurt because of something that's not necessarily that big of a deal. And then you feel those same feelings, which like shows, which reinforces like the idea that you're in danger right now or something. It's something like that, I think.
So you're saying what? I'm still unclear. Like, how does she?
Right. What's the work? What's the work
What's
to be
the
done?
work? Okay,
Yeah.
well, I think it's just that recognizing when those feelings come up that, oh, this is a younger part of me, like I need to take care of that younger part of me and not let it drive the bus, so to speak.
Okay.
I think you and I are saying the same thing.
I think
Alright.
I think you guys are saying the same.
Yep. We're just using different words. Because when I say I give myself permission, I'm not saying that means I need to act on anything. I'm saying I'm giving myself permission to feel that.
But I'm saying you shouldn't even feel it.
You're saying to recognize the feeling as a younger part of you that's been hurt.
Yeah, and then like do some kind of like self-regulation kind of thing. Maybe that's
Sure.
where we're.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, that's I think that's where I'm seeing the similarity between you guys. Is you're seeing self-regulation.
Yeah. And by the way, how do you guys self-regulate? Do you have any fave techniques?
Occasionally, I play video games.
Yeah?
That's
So you-
not-
would
more
you,
than- more
would you
than-
call that a regulation?
More than on occasion.
Yeah.
Or would you call that some kind of avoidance?
Well, to be honest, it's a
Avoidance
little
can
bit
be
of both,
regulation.
Right. But like a healthy self-regulation.
Yeah.
I would say, I mean, so, you know, you and I are in the same boat on that. And I would say personally that it's not a healthy way of doing it. And I do
I
that.
would agree. Yeah, I mean, I
Drinking when I was drinking.
I said that more facetiously. And reality is, for me, is that actually I oftentimes recognize that more so than ever when I'm using video games to self-regulate. And I usually choose not to. So video games for me stays in the realm of recreation rather than regulation. I mean, I like meditation, breathing, jogging. I do a lot of visualization of talking to myself in different ways.
Man, I'm getting wrecked here. Sorry.
Movement is really helpful for me, and
true.
breathing, and you know, just a general meditation thing.
Yeah, I'm like,
Thoughts or clouds, sort of business.
I'm really noticing how fucking like wise Buddhism is. Like the whole meditation thing is literally like self-regulation, you know? And they discovered this way before, you know, science discovered it or whatever.
I think an aspect of meditation is self-regulation, but there's other aspects that aren't about regulation.
But a lot of it is regulating.
I think, yeah. I mean, at least I agree to the extent that meditation kind of drops you into your
Oh,
body,
we got destroyed.
Yeah.
and then, you know, when you're in your body, you can't really be paying attention to the thoughts as much. So,
Yeah.
in my experience of noticing the sensations that arise when I'm feeling essentially either abandonment, rejection, or neglect, as soon as I recognize a hit of that and I can pay attention to the sensations in my body
Uh-huh.
and breathe into them, it allows some space for them to be, and I mean, they quickly start shifting, and I'm no longer kind of controlled by those impulses.
Alex, I was wondering if you can kind of give a little overview of what question we're answering right now for anybody that's tuned in since we first read it.
So this couple is dating, or they're dating now, but when they were first just kind of like casually seeing each other, the guy had a one-night stand, and the girl like kind of sees that, well, she's hurt, and she sees when she's level-headed, she sees how she's kind of being unfair, but she still feels hurt, and she just doesn't want to feel hurt about it. She wants to let it go, essentially.
She wants to let it go.
And what Alex is saying is,
what I'm saying is,
like, how are you answering this for her?
recognizing that part of her is probably a younger, more vulnerable and less capable part of herself, and just kind of letting that part take control, like, you know, habitually. That's probably what we all do. That's what I do. That's just re-traumatizing.
You mean letting the childhood part take over?
Yeah, and not recognizing that that's not you anymore.
You know, I think I disagree with that. I don't know that is a younger part of her. I mean, I'm seeing the tenderness of, she has these memories of just meeting this guy and things were going great, and now that's sort of stained by the fact that he actually had a one-night stand during that process. So I don't totally see where you're saying that that's just a younger part of her.
Well, I'm just saying it because she says she sees how she's being unfair.
I think, yeah. I think if she's pulling it out willy-nilly in the middle of every argument, then that's not fair. But it seems like something needs to be done with the pain that she is feeling around it. And what I've heard so far from both of you is Anthony saying, give yourself permission to feel whatever it is those feelings are. And it sounds like you're kind of saying, actually don't feel that, and cognitively tell yourself this isn't rational, so don't engage in those feelings.
I mean, it sounds really bad when you say it like that. But essentially, yeah. Like, recognizing, like, this response is not an appropriate response. It's like, okay, if there was a fucking guy with a gun in the room, we should all feel terrified. But if, like, I say something stupid, and I might still, or I'm afraid to say something stupid, I might still feel terrified, but it doesn't match up to the situation. So it's like, oh, okay, realizing that, and then maybe, like, using, like, self-regulation, like, some kind of meditation or, like, relaxation or something to be like, oh, I'm actually safe right now, and, like, let my body show my brain that I'm safe. And, like, if I just let myself feel that fear, I think that's re-traumatizing. Instead of just being like, oh, no, I'm safe, you know? Because your body thinks it's in danger, and then it just kind of, like, sustains that loop.
Speedy recovery.
Tyjira says that she thinks that building complete trust with the guy is the answer.
Complete trust.
Is that even
That sounds
possible?
like a unicorn to me.
Yeah, I wonder what if Tyjira can unpack that for us a little bit. This is an interesting question. I really wish we had some of this in the chat, especially the person who asked this question, because I'd be really curious how they do talk about it with their partner, and do they feel so ashamed of it that it only comes out sideways when she's not meaning to? Does it ever come out intentionally?
That's actually starting to lead towards how I would seek resolution for this predicament.
Yeah, you tell us what you think, Zach.
I want to give Tyjira a chance to respond too, but
Oh, okay.
I think I'll go ahead and start sharing how I feel about this. So, as people may know, that I do couples work, couples therapy through the lens of Stan Tacton's PACT therapy.
Like, you receive therapy or you give therapy?
I give therapy
Okay.
in that way. I have received it as well. And, you know, PACT therapy is based on interpersonal neurobiology, and it's basically all based on co-regulating each other. And that's done through understanding each other's attachment wounds. So I think it's called. Well, it doesn't really matter. So anyway, what this feels like to me is that the writer here has experienced a betrayal.
Well, was it really though? Because they weren't dating.
So whether or not it was or wasn't,
Uh-huh.
right? Like we can debate that. They weren't really dating this or whatever, but it seems like her feeling is betrayal, whether it's
Okay.
rational or not.
Yeah.
So my take on it through the lens of pact therapy would be to acknowledge the betrayal for what it is, and then have a dialogue about that with her and her partner. And basically,
I'm taking care.
she needs to. Right now, it seems like her partner's in the doghouse. Whether he's living there or not, it seems like she puts him there because she keeps using this thing against him.
Right.
So going through a formal process of acknowledging the betrayal might you kind of open up this chapter to talk about this event, and then you close it and you agree to leave it closed. And then there's some formal steps to go through that process. The first step would be that, you know, they enter into this conversation, the partner, the betrayer, as it were, in this context, just completely admits that they were in the wrong.
But
and
were they?
It doesn't matter.
But why
Right.
would they admit they're in the wrong when they don't even believe that themselves?
Well, okay, so let me not say in the wrong. They completely acknowledge that as a result of their actions, they contributed to their partner feeling betrayed.
Well, I feel like they're taking responsibility for the other person's feelings, which they are not actually responsible for, you know? No one can make you feel anything.
Right, so not necessarily saying that she's responsible or they are responsible, but saying, I see how what I did resulted in you feeling the way that you feel. And I'm not going to diminish your feelings. You have the right to feel however you feel. Then sort of the next step in that past the next step in this is to allow the writer here to ask whatever questions she wants to ask about the incident. To ask them until she's completely exhausted.
What's that gonna do?
It gets everything out onto the table, so there's no more.
I feel like that would just make her feel worse.
You think so?
Yeah, I wouldn't want to hear about that.
Well, so the guidance there too would be to be very aware of what questions you're asking, and if you're going to ask questions that are going to make you feel worse, then don't ask them.
See, I think both of you are saying there's some relational piece, like
Yeah.
she can heal, or she maybe needs the relationship somehow in order to heal.
I didn't say that, actually.
Oh, okay. Zach, are you saying that?
Yeah, I mean that is basically what I'm saying.
Or it could use the relationship to heal. I think I'm saying
That's not
No,
what I'm
it's
saying.
what?
you guys
Just
are
wanna-
saying the same thing. You don't
Oh,
need
we're
the
saying
relationship.
Yeah, we're
Right?
saying the same
Yeah.
thing.
I'm saying that you.
It has
need the
nothing to do with
relationship.
him.
Right.
Like,
In a way, it has nothing to do with him.
it has something to do with what he did, and it's all about how she's relating to it. And I want to be clear that I mean that simply because they did not have an agreement to like not do this. So while it may objectively not be a betrayal, how he may hear if she decides to share that with him, that she sees it that way, or at least it feels that way to her. Might go a long way. So one possibility of working through it. Okay, so I see what you were referring to is when I said she could try talking to him about it, and I think that's just like one option, and I don't think that that's the end of the road at all. And I would think before talking about it, if that's what somebody wanted to do, kind of doing what I said first, maybe, or at least trying to just like really feel betrayed for a little bit, and just feel what that's like.
I don't like that.
What is that like? What is it like? What do I want to do when I feel betrayed? And can I let myself just really feel this for a little bit?
I do like that, and I think it should go the other way too. And I think this is where the co-regulation comes in, where the one partner allows themselves to feel betrayed and is witnessed by the other partner, okay? And then the partner who did the betraying allows themselves to feel whatever shame, regret, remorse, or lack thereof that they feel. And if they are feeling those feelings, maybe it's hard to feel those feelings, that they're supported by their partner in order to help feel that, and they are allowed permission to feel that.
Can you check the stream really quick?
Yeah, Tajira is saying some stuff.
Tajira, I
can
think
you,
she's
like,
kind
the
of
actual
agreeing with
feed?
me.
Yeah, I think she is too.
But
And
I
this
wanna
is Zach,
get-
by the way, Tajira. So, Zach, Anthony,
Alex.
Alex.
So where I was going with this is you ask all the questions till the questions are exhausted.
Uh-huh.
And this is why it's good to do in couples therapy, because the therapist can be there to help guide them. Like, are you sure you want to know the answer to this question? And then that person can be like, well, maybe I don't want to know like all the details, but here are some details that are important to me that I want to know about.
Uh-huh.
And then that the betrayer, right? And this isn't an objective thing, but the betrayer answers them all truthfully, and then they agree, are we done here? Have I answered all the questions? And it's like, okay, I'm done here.
And if it is and she's still feeling that way, then what?
Yeah.
Then you keep asking more questions. And
No,
then
come on.
Well, so that if you can't and you're still feeling that way, then I think the relationship's fucked.
What? No.
If you can't get over it, you can't get over it.
But maybe she just needs to do some inner work.
Well, maybe it's a combination of both.
Maybe.
But the other thing here that I'm still trying to get to is after this is done, forgiveness is offered, okay? A formal offering of I forgive you, and then a formal offering of I promise I won't do this again. Boom. Book closed. Chapter complete. If someone refuses to let it go, then like
Wait,
no help.
the
in
boyfriend will
world.
promise not to do that again?
Yeah, the boyfriend will promise not to cheat again.
But he wasn't cheating.
Well, whether he was or wasn't, like, he wasn't cheating. He promises, I mean, that's probably an easy promise to make. I promise I won't have a one-night stand again is probably an easy promise for him to make. So that this process probably would be pretty productive.
And it sounds like on some level he probably has, because she's kind of saying it, she's asking the question as if they've moved on in their relationship and now are committed, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So if that's the case, that some bit of what I said has already happened and forgiveness has already been offered, and he's promised not to have a one night stand again, then I think there's nothing left but for her to do the personal work.
Mm-hmm.
And if she's not willing to do the personal work, then what? Then there's kind of no solution.
Yeah, I guess so.
I mean, that's the way I see it.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I don't know how else to put it. I mean, I think...
Why wouldn't you want to do the personal work, though?
Because it's hard.
It's fucking hard.
Yeah.
Tajira asked, has this happened to her before? And I think that's a great question.
That's a great question.
Yeah.
We don't know the answer based on the information that we have.
Yeah.
And that would be a reason... That would be something that would come up in the dialogue of her saying, look, this has happened to me in the past. When I think about it, I'm scared. I need to be able to say to you, I'm having these thoughts, and I would like you to be able to reassure me. And I think this is often where Stan Tact and Bruce Tiff differ, in terms of I can hear Bruce Tiff saying, well, just deal with it on your own, and Stan Tacton saying,
I don't know that he would say it exactly
he wouldn't
like
say
that.
it like that, sure, but I feel like
Well,
the message.
he could.
He would say self-regulate, and Stan.
You're
Tacton
sounding
would
like an
say-
endless pit of neediness.
Would say. I think Stan Tacton would say co-regulate, and Bruce Tift would say self-regulate.
Janina would say self-regulate, too.
Or at least, yeah.
Well,
Because there's more differentiation in, or at least, I'm wanting to say that from a differentiate. So we keep saying Bruce Tift, and I actually had a conversation this week with him about what that style is, and he brought up differentiation, and that it's his style is not necessarily new or unique to him in that way. And I don't think he would say, don't try to regulate with your partner.
okay.
What I can imagine, I need to learn more about this modality to speak more knowledgeably on it, but I would imagine that it would be more something like, you can try, And if it works, great.
Mm-hmm.
And expecting that from your partner is actually not being differentiated from your partner.
Mm-hmm.
And that is being differentiated and seeing the ways that your partner can't help you is actually a closer approximation to what real intimacy is than thinking that you have to be with the person who can do that for you.
I mean, I think I agree with that.
Yeah.
So what is the name of the Redditor who posted this question?
It is
Probably like anonymous
Cucumber
12,000.
Cucumber in Arizona.
So Cucumber in Arizona, if you've been listening to this, unless anyone else has more to say, I think I'm going to try to sum up what our collective suggestions may be.
Yeah. Or let's go one by one. Say what yours is, and then I'll
Okay,
say.
I
Yeah.
like that.
Okay. If you haven't had a dialogue about this, if you haven't already offered forgiveness and asked your partner to promise never to do it again, if you haven't done that, try that. That's what I'm saying in a nutshell. And if you want more about that, check out Pact Therapy from the Pact Institute. Google something about pact and betrayal and how to heal from betrayal from that perspective, and you'll get more details on a step-by-step process, a formal way to go through that.
Your turn.
Can you say yours first? We're
Okay,
like
fine.
in a heated fight here.
Okay. I think there's potentially some attachment trauma and some wounding. And I think that part of you that's hurt might be that wounded younger part of you that needs to be acknowledged and soothed, and you need to maybe practice self-regulation to show your body that you're safe and you're not actually in danger. Because when you were that young and you didn't get the attention that you needed, we all are totally dependent on our caregivers. So it was life or death back then, but now it's not. So just recognizing that.
Anthony?
I'm thinking. I mean, I think what I said first is maybe where I'm still at with this, as far as her question was, how do I get over this and not feel this way anymore, right?
And stop letting it bother me or something.
Stop letting it bother me. I think on some level she's got to let it bother her first.
Let it bother her until she can't be bothered.
Yeah, is it gonna last? Is the bothering gonna last?
Uh-huh.
It's possible that her desire to not be bothered by it is creating the conditions to be bothered by it for longer than she would if she just allowed herself to be bothered by it. Does this make sense?
Makes sense.
Makes sense to me.
I don't like it. But
And so
Makes
when I
sense, but I
say
don't like it.
when I say I give myself permission to feel betrayed on and off for the rest of my life, I mean feel it and not necessarily act on it. If you want to bring it up with your partner, give it a shot. See what he says, and maybe bring it up in a way that isn't using blaming language, or it's just sort of naming that this is how you're feeling and you just want him to hear that. And if that doesn't work, that might bring up some more feelings that might be useful to talk about, but in no way am I saying to expect that necessarily. And I will also say that I would be curious of any relationship in which I was sharing vulnerable feelings with my partner and they just weren't having it. So that's what I'll say.
all right, so you've heard it here.
Can you
Three
get him
different
out of here?
perspectives.
Yeah.
I think he lost his Kong, and
He got his Kong back.
Okay.
It's calm.
His Kong.
This is our mascot Porter, everyone.
Yeah. You heard him making
not-
pawing noises at the floor.
Yeah.
All right, should we move on?
Yeah.
Should we get
Let's
some
do another
fresh-
one.
We want to do another one.
Oh, what's the next segment here?
Oh,
What did Tajir say?
Tajir was saying it's very well something super simple, and just by telling your partner how she feels, or partner that she feels that way may just help her get it off her chest and she can feel relief.
Yep. And she might be able to get that off her chest herself.
Yeah, she might be able to get that off her chest.
If that's something she wants to do.
herself.
There's a bunch of there's more than one way to skin a cat.
Yeah. Well, we're going to do another 10 minutes and then take a break. And then we
Okay.
come back from the break, we're maybe going to talk about, as a gamer, how to date a non-gamer.
Oh. Or as a non-gamer, and I think didn't we
And-
talk about as a non-gamer how to date a gamer?
That's right. And we have 2 gamers here and 1 non-gamer here, so...
Yes,
some
I will be
interesting perspectives.
representing the non-gamer community.
And I think Anthony and I were born representing the game.
Yeah.
I played some games in my
You
life.
used to play some Civ, right?
Yeah.
Civ?
No,
Civilization?
Sims.
Oh, yeah, I did used to play Civilization.
Oh, really?
Play
Yeah.
Civilization as well.
And I played Diablo 2 a
played
lot.
some-
What?
A lot,
Whoa.
yeah.
You played Diablo 2. What was your class?
Huh?
What class did you like?
I think, is Sorcerer one?
Sorcerer?
Was that
Or like
it
a-
was Wizard then, wasn't
No,
it?
no, no.
I think
I
it was
think it was a
Sorcerer.
woman.
Yeah, it was.
It was a woman, and
Well, you
she
could
had
change
she's like a
that.
witch or something.
She was a sorceress.
Yeah,
I think,
sorceress.
yeah. Well, that's cool. I didn't know
Yeah.
you played Diablo 2.
Shit. Oh no, I think Farrah just fucked us. Get on the point.
It's a tense moment.
Oh my god.
I'm holding my breath.
Get on the point, Symmetra, come on. Okay, now she's dead. Somebody's got to get there.
Did you play Diablo 2 and Civ and
Shit.
anything else? Sims?
Sims. I used to play like Game Boy,
What'd you play on Game Boy?
Pokemon,
There
and Super Mario something.
Nice.
Yeah.
Not actively a gamer, though. Is that correct?
No, I would say definitely not
Yeah.
an active gamer. But you know, I do play a lot of Free Cell.
Free
Seriously?
Cell.
I love Free Cell.
Is that the card game?
Yeah, it's a card game. It's quite
This is true
interesting.
looking. It's a little jittery.
Have you guys played Bloon TD Battles?
Oh my god.
What?
No.
I have spent
I don't know
so
this
much
one.
time in that game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Like a ton of time.
time.
What is it?
It's
you
so
pull it up?
good.
It's a tower defense
Can
game.
we pull
or
it
some
up
shit.
on screen real
Uh,
quick?
Let's see.
Oh my
It's
God.
I mean, it's a MOBA. It's not a MOBA, a mobile game.
A mobile game.
So I played it on a tablet like way back in the day.
Okay. Yeah, this is news to me. I don't know this
Balloons.
one.
What is it called
TD
again?
Battles or something.
TD.
Yeah, I was pretty shit at it.
It was so
Oh,
good.
no,
Oh,
I
you
don't know
actually
this one.
can play it in browser. It
I
looks
don't
like.
know this one, no, but I've definitely
Whoops.
spent money on browser games, not gonna lie.
Oh, Candy Crush? Does that count?
Candy Crush
What is
counts.
that button that's there?
Well,
Let's see here.
this plugin's not supported.
All right. Well, we're not going to play it then.
Alright, that's fair.
It's fine because I'm shit at it anyways.
All right.
So, love. So, who barfed last night?
Yeah?
It was pretty bad.
Did you say who
but-
barfed last night?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Who's got 2 thumbs and barfed last night? This girl?
This bitch. It was pretty. I woke up to a pretty disgusting situation.
Wait, is this a good time to bring up?
What?
You said you wanted to talk about.
Oh, regressing?
Yeah,
Ah, regressive.
your sort of
I was-
your emotional relapse.
Yeah. I told Zach a little bit about it before, but so what happened was there's this dude I was talking to, and I just felt like I was giving a lot more than I was getting, so I said, all right, let's stop talking. And then last night, I texted him drunkenly saying, I miss you. And then this morning, he texted me saying, were you drunk? And I was like, yeah. And then, like an hour later, I was like, I still miss the shit out of you, though. And he just never responded.
cold.
Cold,
That
right?
was pretty cold.
Super cold.
Like, still hasn't responded at all.
No.
Dang.
Right? Okay, so part of me is like super hurt, of course. But then another part of me is like, you know how they talk about revulsion in Samsara?
Uh-huh.
You know, I feel like I'm really getting to that point. I'm just like, fuck this dude. Like, he sucks. Like, I'm revulsed.
Uh-huh.
So I feel like in some way it's good, but in a lot of ways it's not. But also, like, fuck him. But also, like, what's his problem? Why wouldn't you want to talk to me? I just don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Do you think he's watching the stream right now?
No. Definitely not.
Are you Facebook friends?
No.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, consensuality. Right?
Fuck. You can't force anyone to feel anything.
I'm gonna make a wager
What?
that he texts you like tomorrow.
No.
So he, like, lets you
Let's get a pool
simmer
going.
on it.
Dude, he's not going to text. I will bet whatever you want to bet.
See, this
he's
is
not
why we
gonna
need
text.
more chat engagement, because we could put a poll up right
We
now
could
and
put a
say,
poll up right now.
who thinks that Alex is going to get a text back from this guy? What percentage of viewers? I wonder what Tajira thinks. I think she's like one of the only people watching right now on Twitch. So, do we have anybody from YouTube yet? I don't think so.
No,
Yeah,
I think is it just showing that you're watching it,
yeah, yeah.
and I think it's showing. Are you watching on Facebook too?
Well, I've got it pulled up, but this is what I see. But it looks like it's good.
Joyful
over there, right?
Exertion. I'm watching the stream right now. What's up, Joyful?
Cool.
What do you think? Do you think I'm going to get a text back?
And if she does, what should she do?
Yeah. What should she do?
Yeah, what should I do?
Oh, we need to make. Can you go? Are you logged into Twitch?
Yeah.
Can you make Alex a moderator?
Yeah. I'm like,
I'm gonna do another match before we take a break.
I'm hearing
Okay.
Sinbad's voice in my head right now.
Saying what?
Sinbad?
Yeah, Sinbad. Let me see if I can. Let me see if I can pull this clip up. Hold on 1 sec.
Joyful Exertion.
That's a very
What's
Buddhist
going on,
name.
Joyful Exertion?
That's Diana or something?
Jana?
No, which paramita is exertion? Diana. Right?
I thought that was discipline.
Alex, can you say something in the Twitch chat real quick?
Yeah.
She just did, actually.
It didn't pull up.
Oh.
Something.
Something. And how do I do it?
Oh, like go into settings maybe, and then there's like a moderator page or something. I don't know. You're gonna have to Google it. I'm about to be in match here.
Okay.
I think at some point I made you.
Viria. It's Viria.
Viria.
Virya.
Nice.
Nice.
Hey,
Who answered that?
Joyful Exertion.
Oh, interesting. Do we know this
Interesting.
person?
I'm thinking that. Is it Cody?
No, I think Cody's got a different. Well, actually, I don't know if it's him.
It's some Buddhisty person, I think. I mean, they knew about Viria, so.
Little Naropian. Porter, what are you doing, Bubba? Can you grab his Kong for him, please?
I think he got it.
He just wants his little snack. So what are we looking at? What are we talking about right now?
I was trying to find a Sinbad quote from the movie House Guest.
Oh, we'll make her a moderator.
I don't know how to do that.
Can you Google how to make someone a moderator? I thought I figured it out the other day, but maybe.
I'm just thinking, should we wait until after the break to jump into another one?
That's kind of what I was thinking too. I mean, well, let's just bring one up and we'll just chat about
Yeah,
it.
let's talk about it. We can bring it back up at the end.
All right. I mean, this
Of the
one's
break.
kind of like a longer one, but I think it's not a romantic one, so
Okay.
I think it's good. Okay. So it's a 20-year-old male, and he says, I'm a junior in college, and after all my time here, I've only managed to make one new friend who I actually hang out with. I've made a greater effort this semester, much more than I have in the past, to go to school events, and I've been going to a school dance club for 6 hours a week. But every time I talk to someone new, they don't show any interest in me whatsoever, or we just have nothing in common, and after a short conversation, I just don't know what to say to them anymore. I've had many new acquaintances but no friends. I have a great group of friends from back home, from where I'm from, who I truly connect with, but I haven't been able to find anyone of the sort here. Interesting. As a nerd, I have niche interests: anime, video games, foreign films, and the other activities I take part in, dancing and weightlifting, just aren't really things I could have extensive conversations about. I know common interests aren't everything in a friendship, but I'm also a very serious person. I don't find 99% of things people say to be funny, which makes group interactions awkward for me. Because of this, I really never make jokes myself, because the average ones you hear aren't funny for me, which makes me appear even more serious and deadpan. I'm also not into partying, drinking at all, or things guys commonly enjoy, such as cars or sports. All these aspects of myself just seem like limiting factors for forming actual relationships. In the end, all I'd like is a close group of friends, a close friend group of a few friends to hang with. I'd really like a girlfriend as well, and I've been using dating apps, not the best way to find women I know, and talking to many girls in real life, but no luck at all, even with the ones I had common interests with. I feel lonely all the time, and I really just don't know what to do. Aww. Okay, that's it. That's it. Man, I feel like a lot of people are in this situation, especially in college. It's tough.
To go back to the details he gave at the beginning, or I'm assuming this is a he.
Yeah, it is a he.
So he's going to school in a town that is not his like hometown or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, and so he's a bit on the nerdy side when it comes to his interests, and he's having a hard time connecting with people.
Yeah. But I'm just thinking, you know, he says, I talk to someone new, they don't show any interest in me whatsoever, or we just have nothing in common. I feel like that's such poverty mentality. And it's just...
Can you unpack poverty mentality?
All right. Poverty mentality is just like a feeling of never enough, like not enough, whatever you have, which is in contrast with, you know, feeling full and satisfied and happy with what you have, I guess. So I feel like the poverty mentality just creates the conditions for more poverty mentality. It's like another self-fulfilling loop kind of thing.
What you're describing reminds me of something that Karen mentioned the other day when we were talking about Gestalt.
What?
And how the like decision points or whatever on the circle, and how one of them can be that you're getting what you need, but you're craving for it so much and so badly that you don't realize when you're getting it.
Yeah.
So,
totally.
What example did she use? Like someone at a party who's just like talking a lot and making connections, but they just seem like they're trying too hard or whatever, so it's kind of off-putting. Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
So yeah, he might. One possibility here is that relaxing into the feeling of loneliness. In a way.
Is it
that doesn't mean not doing anything about it.
Or is it maybe like changing your cognitive perspective and being like, wait a minute, maybe there are things that I have in my life that I've just been ignoring because I just assume that I don't have enough. Like, what about the people in the dance club or whatever? Like, they must spend, he says he spends 6 hours a week there. He must see these people like a decent amount. Like, I just wonder if he actually doesn't have any connections or if he's just thinking he doesn't.
Right.
You know?
I'm wondering something similar. It's unclear to me. Is he being rejected or is he rejecting people?
Yeah.
Is he? I can't tell. Can you? Reading it, is there a way to? Is it that he's trying to make friends and nobody likes him, or is it that everyone he meets is uninteresting?
Well, he's saying, every time I talk to someone new, they don't show any interest in me whatsoever, or we just have nothing in common. And after a short conversation, I just don't know what to say to them anymore.
Okay.
And, you know, where is, like, the love for people? You know, if you want or look to see, you know, the brilliant sanity in people and you try and love them, you're gonna connect with them, right? I mean, it's just... What? Why are you laughing?
No, I'm thinking, I'm trying to put myself in this dude's shoes. And thinking, like, what this must look and feel like from his point of view. And that it's probably really fucking painful.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And, that I want to take a break and answer this when we get back from it. What What do y'all?
I think taking a break wouldn't be a good idea. We've got this question out here. How do you make friends? It sounds like
I feel like a
bottom line
lot of
question.
adults struggle with this because as an adult, it's a lot
Oh, I didn't add
more
a-
difficult to make friends. I think
Mhm.
there's less avenues to make friends.
Yeah.
I didn't make the BRB scene, so I'll just fill the space for a few seconds.
So, yeah, I mean, I think you're right. It's always it's easier when you're younger.
Like when you at
There's
least
more
go to
contrived
school.
situations, right? I mean,
Yeah,
I think one of the problems with being an adult is there's only so many situations where you're just like forced to be in contact with people for an extended period of time, day in and day out.
totally.
Which is kind of what school does. So,
Yeah. I mean, work. But and the other thing is he's in school, but college is different because you just go to your classes and you leave.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like you're really interacting with anyone.
Well, why don't we take a break and try to answer this with some helpful comments when we return.
Okay, sounds
right.
good.
All right,
We'll be back in about 10 minutes, everyone. Enjoy some electro swing. And we'll be back at around 8:15, 8:10. Ooh, that AC is loud.
That AC is loud.
We are back. Let's see, here we go. We took a little break.
Now we're back.
Now we're back. There we go.
We were back. Now we're extra back.
Now we're extra. I kind of want to, like, at some point, you know, I worked really hard on these.
Mm-hmm.
And
What are you trying to say here?
I want
my
people to be afraid of how much they love me.
can we even hear that? I don't know. Okay, that's probably really boring. So, this question that this younger person asked was about how to find friends.
Mm-hmm.
And how to make friends, and what do you do when things aren't easy? Like, you know, when you leave high school and you're not sort of, I mean, on some level, I think I'm lucky in this regard because I went off to college with a bunch of the people that I went to high school with. And so there was already sort of like a built-in group there. And I didn't necessarily have to work very hard at making new friends. So...
Yeah, I mean, it's
what do you
hard
do
as
when
an
you're
adult.
older and you're looking for friends?
Oh, man. It's a good question.
Yeah, I mean, I struggle with this too. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I was pretty lonely over the summer,
Uh huh.
being in school, in our cohort model. It's just like much easier to have friends through that.
Yeah.
Totally.
I think in my experience, though, of trying to make friends, I'm thinking back to when I really tried. When I felt like I had to try. I was living in Telluride. It just takes a lot of work.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it really took like a lot of sacrifice in terms of putting my effort into showing other people I was interested in them in hopes that it would be reciprocated. I mean, if people aren't just naturally interested in what I'm up to, then I don't really know how to make them interested.
Hmm.
You know, I'm really curious. I feel like I want to know more about this person who's posting it.
Yeah.
Well,
What's coming up when you say that?
Well, he says that he's talking to people and they just don't seem interested for very long, and I'm just really curious about what sort of nonverbal communication is going on here.
How does he know that they don't seem interested?
Uh-huh.
or are you trying to say that he's giving off some kind of vibe that turns people off?
I was actually trying to say that,
Yeah.
Oh.
but I think both are important. Maybe he's misinterpreting the lack of interest. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, it's probably a confirmation bias. He's probably like, oh, people are not interested in me. So, like, you know, if someone yawns, he's like, oh, yeah, they're not interested in me. When, meanwhile, they could just be tired, you know?
You don't want to yawn when someone's talking.
Oh,
no, that
no,
can
you
cause
don't.
problems.
It's a little insider.
Oh man, so I have a client who I rarely ever do any sort of psycho ed with him. We often just like talk a lot.
Yeah.
I do a lot of validation and helping him clarify stuff. For the first time yesterday, I started explaining something for all of 90 seconds and he yawned 4 times, and I'm like, all right, I think maybe we're gonna try a different approach.
Good awareness.
Yeah.
But
Good to notice.
Good.
back to the question, I think that probably the best way to make friends is like have some kind of form, like through some kind of forum, like like pursuing some interest. Like that's why I think this whole dance thing, like,
Do dance, right?
yeah, I mean, but he's saying he's doing that, and he's probably seeing a lot of the same people again and again. So that's already a pretty good start. Like maybe. Like, I'm just saying maybe there are connections that he already has that he's just ignoring because it's like poverty mentality. Like, oh, I don't have enough. But maybe there is something there already that, like, where is their relationship already, and how can you build on what's already there?
And I think what was sort of implied in his question was that he's not seeking relationships or people that have to do with his, like, quote unquote nerdy things.
Yeah.
Like I think there was an assumption there that there is no avenue for nerdy people to connect on things.
What about fucking Dungeons and Dragons or whatever?
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
I'm wondering too. What about the game club at his college?
Right.
Like, why not just go that route?
Yeah.
Game club.
Embrace that shit.
Yeah, game club.
Oh, does every college have a game
I don't know. My college had a game club.
Mine did
Get
too,
together
yeah.
and play Magic and Warhammer and
Hell yeah.
watch. There was an anime club. There's got to be an anime.
Just
club.
get fucking nerdy with it,
Yeah, why not just embrace the nerd?
or start one. Like
Yeah.
start a fucking anime
waiting.
I mean, that takes a lot of effort and a lot of like risk. I think putting yourself
Totally.
out there to
Totally.
start something.
big level of risk.
Which I
And-
mean, this guy doesn't really seem like he's down for that much risk.
Could be re-traumatizing.
It could. Can't tell if you're making fun of me, but
A little
I
bit,
think there was
but
a little-
and it's a little bit of both, right? I probably wouldn't have used that phrase unless I heard it from you earlier. But I think it could be, right? If he's feeling
Yeah.
alone and he tries to start a club and nobody comes, that's not going to feel good.
I wonder how big his school. I mean, it's almost guaranteed if there isn't a club.
There's got to be people who watch anime. It's college.
Yeah, watch anime together. Get together and fucking watch Crunchyroll for 2 hours with somebody.
Yeah.
Crunchyroll and chill.
whatever that means.
Crunchyroll is like Netflix for anime,
Oh.
or Hulu for anime. Maybe is more accurate, but yeah. I mean, am I remembering this right? That there was kind of an assumption in the question that he won't be able to connect with people in the things that he wants to.
Yeah, because he says his interests are very niche and that there's like not that many people into them. I
Oh
guess.
yeah, and I mean, I'm
Can't
challenging the hell out of that because I
Yeah.
think there's a lot of people in college around 18, 19 years old that are just like nerdy as hell and fucking go for it, you know?
Uh-huh.
And I mean, it could be that this is not the case for him, but
Yeah, I guess it depends where he goes to school.
yeah.
Like, if he's at a party school, maybe there just isn't that many anime people there. I don't know.
I think they're everywhere.
Yeah.
Fuck.
They're everywhere. Well, I don't know. Do you think we were offering anything helpful for this person?
Good question.
Well, what's the question? What's the meat of the question?
The meat of the question
Yeah,
is...
what's the too long didn't read version?
TLDR?
Yeah.
It is...
Wow, this Reaper is destroying.
Oh shit, it was removed. Why? Weird. I don't know, I guess TLDR is that he's lonely and he wants advice.
Yeah.
Man.
And there's no way we can give it to him now because he deleted his post.
Well, he might still... You can still comment. Right?
You can still comment on it?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, you mean like the text was removed?
Yeah.
Oh.
So what's left?
It just says removed. The
What a-
title and removed in the comment.
Oh, the title is removed as well?
No, the title is there, but then it's removed, and then it says removed in the comment or
Oh.
the text, and then the comments are still there.
So what's the title?
The title is
Wait, do we have it? It's pulled up on your computer
I
still.
know, but it's dying.
Do you have
It's not
your
already
Mac
dead.
charger, Zach?
I do. Oh, I mean, I have mine, but
Yeah.
okay. Hold on. TLDR: I can't find people with common interests. Don't find anyone to be funny. Can't make friends or find a girlfriend. Feel lonely all the time. There is no real question there.
Okay.
Oh.
He just says, I feel lonely all the time.
What is
I-
lack of humor? What's going on there?
Yeah. That's true. Maybe there's like a lack of play in his life.
He did say he takes himself seriously, or he's a serious person.
Yeah, why not like some spontaneity? Maybe you should go for like an improv class or like an improv group and like just
Okay.
get in touch with your playful side and like not everything needs to be so...
Why so serious?
Why so serious, you know? Why not more spontaneous?
And it's okay to be serious.
It's okay to be serious.
Just trying something new as a practice for meeting some people. Yeah.
But like, why take life so seriously?
I don't know. I hear lack of humor as a symptom of something else.
What, depression?
I don't know exactly.
Maybe he's depressed.
Probably. I mean, he says he's lonely all the time. Wouldn't that make anyone depressed?
Maybe.
Shit.
Embrace the explosion.
I had nothing. I had nowhere to go. She got me dead to rights. Oh, it's a tough one. I'm wondering if we can just call this one complete because it's
So we got nothing for
all we've got is
What do you
advice.
mean?
And
Yeah, what do you mean? What else?
oh,
are we
and
gonna
on some
give?
level too, like, and I'm repeating myself over and over on this, but being okay with being lonely sometimes.
I feel like that's re-traumatizing.
And if we break it down, we actually agree on this. Remember?
Somehow.
Yeah. That on some level, I mean, we've talked about this at length. At some level, we're going to feel lonely for the rest of our lives.
Why?
Loneliness is always going to come
It's
and go.
an inevitability of being a human.
Yeah.
And we may not connect with that. And we may be really good at getting our needs met as far as loneliness goes. And that doesn't mean we're not feeling it necessarily. And I might also ask myself, or ask this person to ask themselves, what are you wanting out of a relationship? What would the ideal situation look like for you?
I like that.
And not necessarily to make that happen, but what need isn't being met for you in your social interactions that you would like?
Well,
to
I
get
think he
met.
just wants people to hang out with.
Mm-hmm. But so the need there is, what, camaraderie, connection?
Connection.
What does that look like? Does he want to do it with 10 people? Does he want to do it with one? Is he going to these events like this dancing thing because he wants to, or is he going just to meet people and he's actually not even interested in it, and that may be contributing to thinking everyone's boring there because maybe he just hates being there.
Yeah.
I don't know. You know what I mean?
That's a good point.
There's a lot of questions to ask about this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, honestly, I think when it comes down to it, having some kind of form,
Mm-hmm.
or, like, we would not be hanging out this much unless we had this show.
Sure.
So, like,
Yeah.
it
This is a huge boost for me every week.
Me
So,
too.
yeah.
yay.
I love hanging out with you guys.
Yeah.
Or y'all.
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 Okay. Yeah, so join your anime club, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? He did raise the point about online dating, which is a whole other can of worms, and I'd be really interested to hear what you guys have to think about or have to say about online dating.
I in this situation, I think maybe get good and friended up first. This is this is a bad situation. It sounds like to maybe seek to meet those needs in relationship with one person, like in an intimate way.
Yeah.
So
You
do
know what I
some
mean?
work on your own. Be comfortable with who you are. Be comfortable being lonely.
Yeah, get some friends. But that's the whole problem.
Well, okay, in more general terms, what do you think of online dating?
Oh, I love it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh my God, tell me more.
Oh God.
Have you
I
been?
have been. Oh Jesus, I've been on every fucking dating website that
I
ever
did not
existed.
know that. Recently?
No,
Oh, what?
but in the past, especially when I moved out to Colorado,
Yeah.
I was like all about. And on some level,
Really?
on some level, a lot of what this guy is talking about resonates with my situation at that time.
Yeah.
And I had a lot of bad dates and bad relationships because I was looking to like get this met in some way with these people that were maybe like more okay with who they were and weren't necessarily like looking to get all of their stuff from one person. You know what I mean? And so
I've definitely been there.
oh man, and it is I don't know, sometimes the online dating thing is just great too because there's a huge pool of people to pull from depending on where you're at. Sounds like maybe this person might be in an area with not that many folks on there.
Well, I mean, aren't they everywhere?
No.
No?
When I lived in Georgia, I was on Match.com, and I'm in a town with 350, 400,000 people in the like metro area, right? And I found it nearly impossible to find a date on there. Like, there were people, and it was nobody I was interested in. And then like months later, I move out here, and it was like Mecca. Like I had discovered what online dating was supposed to be. Like it felt like I was messaging girls I was actually interested in, like constantly.
Really?
Yeah. And I had some really shitty relationships out of that, and I actually had some of my longest relationships from that time. Yeah. Got my heart broken a couple times.
Huh. I didn't
And
know
that's
all this
good.
about you.
Heartbreak is good.
Is heartbreak good? Fuck heartbreak.
Yeah.
Fuck heartbreak.
Why is heartbreak good?
Yeah, I'm still waiting.
I'm glad I had the experiences. That's what I mean.
Like, kind of happy that it happened instead of crying that it's over or whatever bullshit.
No, I cried my fucking eyes out.
Aw, Tony.
No, it was more like when I say when I say it's good, I mean like it was what I needed. It really was.
In what way?
One relationship in particular, I probably wasn't very kind to my partner, and her ending the relationship in what I think was like a very like compassionate way, and open and clear, and like gave me fucking feedback like while it was, she wasn't just like fucking ghosting me or something and then we just never saw each other again. Like it was like a process, and I got a lot out of that, but it hurt like hell.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I mean.
Well, I've never done any online dating.
Really?
I've attempted.
Did you do the Tinder? I want to add one more thing.
What?
I've never done Tinder.
Never done.
Why?
I just when I was on these dating websites, Tinder wasn't very big, or it was like pretty new or something.
Okay.
So
What was your favorite website?
around here, in the Boulder, Denver area, one of the most active was OkCupid. It was really good, and it's free, so I think a
Yeah.
lot of people would get down on that here.
I liked OkCupid.
But Match was actually pretty good too.
Oh, okay.
And
Is
one of
Match
my
free?
no, you have to pay for it.
How much?
I don't remember.
Okay.
And what was it? I did the eHarmony thing once. That was one of my longer relationships, but it was also probably
That's a
one of
more involved one, eh?
my most unhealthy as well.
Really?
Totally,
And they
yeah.
match you up?
Yeah, they matched us up. Yeah,
Interesting.
Oh, so eHarmony is you get matched.
yeah. eHarmony is that deal where like you will spend like 4 hours filling out their like 300 questions or whatever,
Holy shit.
and there's like a 25% chance that you won't even get matched with someone.
Oh shit. That
So-
sounds exhausting.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, when I lived with my parents after college, it was a bad place for me, and I got on a dating site called Geek to Geek,
What?
trying to find like a nerdy gamer chick to hang out with. And I got a lot of responses, and nobody that I was interested in.
Which one?
Would
Is
I rather be feared or loved? Easy, both.
No, I want the need one. Where's the need one?
Oh yeah, right here,
Yeah,
right here.
Yeah, here we go.
Maybe this is.
But it's not like this compulsive need to be liked, like my need to be praised.
That pretty much sums it up.
There you go.
No, I mean, there was one person that was messaging me, and there was some messages back and forth, but I was just never that interested. I was also really depressed, so I don't think I would have been good company for anyone. I didn't even feel like good company for myself, so it's kind of hard to even enter the field of dating, you know.
Yeah, I dated a dude for almost like 2 years, I think, from OKC.
Really?
Yeah. And it was such a shit relationship. Like, oh my God. I totally just was with him because I was terrified of being alone. And I wanted to fill up my weekends with something to do, pretty much. Like, yeah. I mean, I think it's really common and really easy to look to a partner to fill all your needs. For sure. It's just like the solution to everything. It could be, potentially. It looks like it, at least.
Yeah, Danny, I think, honestly, I'm pretty... well, I don't know. I was going to say I feel pretty comfortable being alone. Part of that feels true, part of that doesn't feel true.
What do you mean?
Right now in my life,
Thank you, Tajira.
I do
I'm
feel...
going to check that out later.
I do feel pretty comfortable being alone right now in my life.
You mean as far as like an intimate relationship?
Yeah. And not even that, like I schedule at least one day a week where I just don't even touch my phone and I ignore everyone other than me.
Wow.
What do you get out of that?
Yeah.
What's up?
What do you get out of that?
I love it. It's totally rejuvenating and recharging for me. Without that, I can't really be a therapist. I need, I get so, my sort of, okay, so you know The Sims, right? You know, you have your little meters, right? My social meter, if I was a Sims character, gets through the fucking roof through being a therapist to where it's becomes exhausting. So I need to consciously limit how much social time I spend otherwise. Because if I get saturated and I still have clients, I don't want to see my clients, and that's not really very good. So I just
So, would you call yourself an introvert?
Um,
Because a definition of
Yeah.
introvert that I've heard is that you feel drained from social interaction, and an extrovert feels energized by social interaction.
yeah, I've heard it pretty much the same, in that an introvert feels recharged alone. So yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm a very social person, but my batteries get recharged when I'm by myself. Absolutely.
What are you, Anthony?
I feel like I'm kind of like borderline.
Borderline?
Yeah, and the
Borderline
personality.
introvert, extrovert.
On the
like,
border of neurotic and psychotic. That kind of borderline. Or what?
maybe that too.
That's borderline personality disorder.
I don't know. There are times where I go in social situations and I just feel completely drained by them. And then there are other times that I really seek that out as a means to relax or rejuvenate, or whatever word you want to use to describe that.
Totally.
And it really depends on the people and what I'm getting together for. So
Okay.
I may have friends that I like genuinely,
Yeah.
and those friends would not be people that I would get together with to rejuvenate. And then there are friends that are.
What do you mean? What's the difference? What would make a friend one that you want to rejuvenate with?
Say that again. I was distracted by the chat.
What makes a friend someone that you want to spend time with to rejuvenate? What's the difference?
All right, so I'm thinking of one of my friends that I love dearly, and I could not maintain a long. Well, that's not true. We can hang out for hours and just go crazy with each other as far as ideas and kind of going back and forth and putting things into action, or sometimes not, but just sort of pie in the sky kind of stuff, visioning kind of stuff, or brainstorming ideas and whatnot. And on some level that's rejuvenating, and I get something out of that. And it's exhausting as well. I appreciate the energy that this particular relationship has, and it's not the friend that I go to when I'm needing rejuvenation. It's the friend that I go to when I've got a lot of energy and I need to drain. And then there are friends like tonight, I think, is on some level it's exhausting, but there is another piece of it that's really rejuvenating in that, we're getting together and chatting like we might do even if we weren't sitting here in front of this computer, right? I could easily see getting together with y'all, let's say at a retreat center, and just spending 2 weeks
not talking
talking about super deep, quote unquote, stuff, like
So deep.
thinking we're deeper than we are.
We're pretty deep, so.
Oh, well. And so, yeah, I think there are different things that I get from my different relationships, and I can't necessarily say that I have one group of friends that I can go to for everything.
That makes sense. That's
Or
there's a lot of
just
insight there.
relationships, I mean, not necessarily groups of friends. Yeah. Like, for instance, so if we're talking real world scenario, there's been someone that has been having people over at her house this semester, Nika, and I never go, but I get invited every time. And when I get invited to that, I think there's no way in hell I'm going to that.
Why?
Because it's the kind of energy for me that, or what I imagine the scene is like super draining, and I'm not wanting that at all.
Okay.
You know? And that doesn't mean that I don't like hanging out with those people, either individually or in groups.
But just the context or whatever.
Yeah, the context, like, that really matters, I think.
So would you say you like having a reason to be together, not just getting together for the sake of it?
That makes it easier for me, personally.
I think it makes it easier for everybody.
Totally.
I would think so.
Yeah,
It's
like,
easier for me.
Halloween party. Great time to get together and dress up with your friends, people.
Yeah.
Like a good reason to get together and drink, maybe. So if we're talking about like substance use, I had friends that I got together with that weren't rejuvenating at all, but I could drink 6 to 12 beers with them and just be totally fucked up together. And on some level, I was getting some need met, but it wasn't a good need to meet. If that makes sense.
Wasn't a good need to meet.
Right.
So I'm guessing you won't be at the Halloween party.
Which one?
Nika's.
Oh, she's having one?
Yeah. It's right after this tomorrow night.
God! No! God, please, no! No! No!
Oh my god.
No!
Oh my
Wait,
god.
when is it?
It would be right after this. Next weekend.
Oh, it'd be after this.
Yeah.
So we'd already be like dressed up.
Yeah.
All right, well, maybe I'll go. What about you?
I wasn't even invited because I stopped replying to Nika's text messages. So
Well, it's on Facebook, isn't it?
Yeah, I think.
I didn't even get the invite.
Oh, so
Maybe
how
I
does
did.
that make you feel?
I'm okay with it.
Or how
I
do
mean,
you
you
feel
should
about
totally
that?
still come.
I mean, I think maybe I'm on board with you that the energy there is pretty draining.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know who's going to be there,
Uh-huh.
but if it's who would think it might be, then
Let's just show up
show
anyway.
up anyway. Yeah.
Nice.
Wait, who said that?
It's about to play.
Yes, agreed.
So, I'm wondering if we can get to the two Reddit threads that I found.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Can you pull up Discord and I'll get another match rolling and we can kind of go over that?
Yeah. Oh, this is like the relationship episode, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just, to more clarity, when that came up, I felt a little
I
bit
want
of
people to be
rejection,
afraid of how much they
but it
love
was
me.
completely tolerable. So,
Wait, say that again. Michael
When-
Scott interrupted you.
like, how did it feel that this party's happening and I'm not invited? A little hit of rejection, but it's totally something where I can be
I
like,
didn't. I'm
What?
just now realizing I don't know that I'm invited either.
Oh,
Actually,
really?
I'm only hearing it from her and assuming.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
but I'm like, okay, well, I'm an adult and I can handle that. So, like, I don't need to. I'm just like, oh,
So maybe you're realizing, oh, that might be a younger version of Zach, and you're distancing yourself from that by saying, oh, I'm an adult now and I have different capabilities. And maybe self-regulating a little bit.
I think that's exactly what it is.
Oh my God, you and Janina Fisher.
Yeah.
And I kind of like Tajir's idea.
Just go anyway.
It's a fucking costume party, bro. Put on a mask and let's just go do this.
Just go do this. And to be totally 100% honest,
Yes.
you know, it's a party of what? People 21 to 26?
21?
22 to 26
Who's
years?
22?
Who's how old, Nika?
She's like 24, 25.
No,
no,
she's
she
23.
She just turned 23.
Yeah.
So
I don't
age.
think so.
She was
born in
21 when we
93.
started the program.
Yeah, she was.
But she was born in 93. And her birthday was in March.
Either way, it feels like a
Yeah,
young
so that's
crowd to me.
23.
No, it was 24.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's a bit of a young crowd for me.
that's true. Wait, how old are you again, Zach?
I'm 32.
32. I'm 30, about to be 31.
Mm-hmm.
What about
That's
you,
how I
Alex?
feel. and there's nothing wrong
I'm
with it.
25, about to be 26. And we have birthdays very similar.
Yeah, we do. Oh, I wanted to talk about that,
Okay.
but maybe not on stream.
Okay. So I have one of the links up. Should I read?
Yeah.
Okay. So the title is I, 32 female, call my husband, 29 male,
Oh,
of
yeah.
8 years having an online affair. Oh no.
Zach and I, so just to be clear, Alex, Zach and I talked about this one for like 10 or 15 minutes before you were here.
Okay. He demands I open the relationship or leave the house. Okay. So my husband and myself, married for 8 years, have had an excellent marriage for the last 5 years. The first 3 years were a bit tough, but we worked through issues and left our past behind us. We dealt with deaths of close family members, job losses, errors in judgment on substance use, mismanagement of finances. We always were able to find solutions to whatever was current until 3 weeks ago. My husband was shaving and he had left his phone in the kitchen, so I moved it to the bedroom to charge as we were preparing for bed. A notification popped up that he had messages on Skype. I didn't even think of anything. We went to bed. The next morning, we were preparing for work and he was taking recycling to the curb, and once again, a Skype notification popped up. I decided to open it up. Neither of us used Skype, or I thought. I opened it up to a multi-month conversation with some women from across the country, how they are in love and are planning to meet, naked pictures and videos. They had been talking at night for hours, at least 3 times every week, sometimes more. I was absolutely destroyed. Holy shit. I took screenshots and began sending them to myself. When my husband came into the house, I exploded on him with what I had found. He became extremely irate and told me either take it or leave it. I could not believe my ears. I don't know what to do. We haven't spoken in a day.
Damn.
Wow.
Pretty intense.
Really
Wow.
freaking intense.
So, married for 8 years, rough 3-year start, good last 5 years, according to this woman, at least from her perspective. So they worked on a bunch of stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she discovers that he's been maybe physically, but definitely emotionally cheating on her with somebody over Skype, and that they're planning to meet. Okay.
Shit.
And his reaction was, when she discovered him and outed him, his response was, I want an open relationship or you can leave.
Wow.
So I wonder how much of his response was an immediate reaction.
I am running away from my responsibilities. Well, it feels good.
That's what this guy sounds like he's doing.
Yeah.
No, Zach, I totally
What?
feel that.
Feel what?
Like, it could have just been a reactive.
Well, I was going to say specifically how much of his reaction in that way was a response to the fact that his wife just checked his phone. Because that just kind of got
Right,
pushed over.
right.
Like, that's a betrayal. Nothing doesn't justify anything, but like, his wife snooping on his phone.
But is she snooping? Like, I mean, I don't know what their relationship with each other and their phones are like.
I don't know, but I mean, I know most modern relationships, the phone's kind of like a no-no. You don't necessarily start.
That's
just
not
go-
been my experience with relationships.
No,
really
me
that
neither.
people just go through your phone without permission.
I wouldn't expect to walk in on my partner going
Exactly.
through my
you
phone,
wouldn't
but
expect to walk in on your partner going through your phone.
right, and to defend this woman, because I'm feeling like I want to. It sound like the way that she described how she found out was very, like, I think she was even explicit that she doesn't usually go through his phone, and was just curious about this message that she saw pop up twice.
Right. So I'm not saying it justifies anything in any way,
Uh-huh.
but I'm guessing
You're
that
saying
some
that
of the
his
element of the
reaction-
intensity of his reaction is also because he is also realizing, oh, my wife just snooped on me.
Right.
So he's now not only dealing with the shame of being caught, but with the anger of having a boundary crossed himself.
Yeah, so the context here is important, and we brought this up earlier, that it sounds like she's asking, at the very end she asks what? She says, I'm wondering how I should go about the, or what is it exactly?
She says, She doesn't really ask. She just says, "This
I
is
don't
what
know what to
happened."
do.
He demands I have an open relationship or leave.
So Tajira says that sound like a leave it situation.
Yeah.
Take it or leave it. So a leave it situation. Get help, surround yourself with a good support system. Just says her and her husband check each other's phones. They won't go through each other's phones. But if something popped up and it saw something that I thought he would want to see, I'll look at it and tell him.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
And like that, I mean, but it sounds like too, like she saw a Skype notification, and I feel like some jealousy popped up for her. I really have a strong
Sounds like she
feeling that it
followed
did.
through on her suspicion.
And she did. I mean, it was warranted. But it wasn't. It sounds like there must have been some other indication that made her think to check this over other.
But we don't know
things
what
and beliefs from
her relationship to his phone is like.
Right, we don't
you know?
know. So aside from that, whether part of his reaction was her snooping on the phone, it's kind of irrelevant. The meat of this here is he's got a huge betrayal,
Uh-huh.
and is it something workable?
And what do?
And what do?
What do?
I mean, I'm going to go right back to where I said before, is can you enter into dialogue about it? Can you hear the request?
Right. Enter into dialogue about it, not when both of you are completely overwhelmed with your emotional response to it.
Yeah.
I
So-
mean, I don't like the
so
sounds of any of this.
Open this relationship up or get the fuck out is what this guy said, right?
That's
I can't imagine
harsh.
saying that when I'm thinking, if I'm speaking from my place of actually wanting to communicate about this.
Right.
And what is he saying there? There's something that he's not getting,
Hmm.
and he thinks he's going to get it from having an open relationship.
And then
And so maybe she could be curious about what he's not getting, and probably be fucking pissed off that he breached a gigantic commitment. I don't
Right.
know.
yeah,
Is
I mean,
he
it
even
sounds
willing
like-
to hear any of this?
Is she willing to do the open relationship? I mean, there's a million ways
Probably not. It
for a
doesn't sound like
relationship
it.
to work, and
Fuck,
it's easy
open
to apply
relationship?
a sort of monogamous, heteronormative values onto it. But if she's open to an open relationship, then that can work. I mean, I think there's definitely an issue with making any ultimatums or demands within a relationship. That's not a very constructive form of communication.
And something that we wanted to bring up, if I remember, Zach, is that the response in the chat room or in the comment section,
Oh yeah, what are other people saying about this, Alex?
What?
Well, how about
the
other
comments
people
on the Reddit
comments?
post.
Oh.
If I remember correctly, the first person was just like,
Yeah.
record everything, get a divorce lawyer, and file papers.
Yeah. Do not leave. Lock your phone. Upload all evidence to a Dropbox. Call multiple divorce lawyers. Lock all your assets down. That's smart, I think. Tell your friends or family. Get tested. Oh shit. Be
Yeah, that's
strong.
true, too,
Fuck. Fuck. Okay, but those are all like.
It's a pretty
actionable
alarmist
items.
response.
Yeah, I think so too.
You
And
think that's an alarmist
Tajira
response?
says that even if he does want an open relationship, he should have asked for that before.
Yeah,
just
of
pursuing
course.
Of course,
Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely.
There's a betrayal there that needs to be worked on first.
Even if Tajira goes on to say, even if she says, yes, I want an open relationship, it doesn't change the fact that he was cheating before the relationship terms changed, which I would also have to agree with.
Sure. And what does that mean?
In terms of what?
What does that mean you have to do, if anything? So, like, for some people, cheating is unforgivable, and they will end a relationship immediately. For others, depending on how the cheating was occurring or why, that may be something workable.
Right.
And
I mean, it sounds like that's going to require communication, regardless.
right.
So it really comes down to whatever's right for this couple. I don't think is on us to say, but I think a more objective thing is that if he's not willing to communicate and enter into dialogue, that's actually a sign of like a much bigger problem that needs to be addressed for secure functioning.
There's a lot of problems that need to be addressed in this
Well, absolutely.
situation.
Yeah.
Where do you stand on the whole
Cheating?
cheating thing? At least
I've
in
never
this
been
situation.
cheated on. I don't know. I
Yeah.
couldn't tell you, but I think I would absolutely fucking despise it. I think I'd be really incredibly upset.
What's your experience with people breaking your trust in other ways? How do you relate to that?
It's hard to even think of a situation like that.
No one's ever broken your trust? You've never felt betrayed?
I mean, probably, but I'm having a hard time coming up with something. Yeah, I don't know. I can't think of anything, to be honest. But, like, just, like, fuck this dude. He's just doing it. Like, he wants his cake and he wants to eat it too or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And then she's like, yo, what the fuck? And he's like, all right, take it or get the fuck out. Like, excuse me? No. No. This is not okay in any way.
No,
like,
definitely not.
this woman deserves better. A lot better.
Yeah, I think anyone deserves
Yeah.
more dignity than she's being offered.
Yeah. So, boy, bye-bye. That's what I think.
Oh, that's your response to this.
I mean, I would feel more comfortable knowing, like, more specifics of the situation, but my immediate response is like, yo, you deserve better. You deserve a lot better. And, you know,
And can she get that from him?
No!
Better.
Oh,
don't
I
think
mean, fuck, I don't know. I just don't like this guy. He doesn't sound like a good guy.
8 years of marriage.
Well, I
8
mean,
years of marriage.
I don't know. And I mean, I'm probably biased because I just feel like I've been the one who has got the short end of the stick in relationships before.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, yo, you deserve better. You accept the love you think you deserve, I think. And yeah, you deserve more.
I had a partner cheat on me once, and that was the end of that relationship. I wasn't even mad about it. I just feel like I just saw it coming. I was just like, okay.
How'd you find out?
She called me the next day and told me.
Shit.
I was hanging out with friends. It was a long distance relationship. I was hanging out with friends, and I got a message from her saying she was going out to the bar with a coworker. And when I got that message, I was just like, oh, well, you're probably going to sleep with them. And then she did. So when she told me, I wasn't even surprised. She just was like, she was crying and stuff, and I was just like, hey, it's cool. She's like, what do you mean it's cool? I mean, and I was like, well, I mean, you know.
It doesn't matter now because we're over.
Yeah, like we're not going to be together, and you know, I'm not mad at you. And her and I are still friendly, so it's like. But I mean, that was a 6-month relationship. So
Yeah, it sounds like you
not
weren't
8
very
years.
committed to it if your response was, oh, she's probably going to cheat on me.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, it was a friend from college, and we kind of just started dating out of convenience. So it was a much different scenario than being married for 8 years.
Uh-huh.
But I think, I don't know, it's tough. I mean, if there's no kids in the picture, and there was no shared finances, I think if I was cheated on, that would just be the end of it. If there was some other obligation, then I'd be more willing to make it work.
Yeah.
But if there's nothing tying us down, then why stay?
Well, one could argue that the commitment of marriage could be something that ties you to the relationship. I see we're disagreeing on this. On some level, I think I'm advocating for an attempt. Because doing it in the moment when you call somebody out is actually not an attempt. It's like two people super fucking defended. He feels like he's getting what he wants in that situation, right? And that she's going to take something away from him, and that if she takes it away, then they're going to be done anyway. So he's giving her like an ultimatum almost. And then
No, he's definitely giving her an ultimatum.
yeah, okay. So he's giving her an ultimatum, and then she's sitting there like, dude, we're fucking married, and you're sending dick pics to this fucking chick on Skype for the last few months. Like, what the fuck, right?
Yeah.
And when two people are feeling like super unsafe in that moment, they're not communicating no matter what.
Yeah.
So maybe her leaving the house for a few days is like a good thing, because it sounds like that's what she's doing, right?
Well, she said they haven't spoken in over a day.
Yeah, so I'm curious if she goes back in a few days, if they could have a conversation about it.
Yeah. Can they have a conversation about it?
Yeah, and if they can, that's great. There's an entry point there.
Right.
If he's just like, this isn't working for me, like, I'm going to keep doing this, and she doesn't want that, then there's a new commitment that's being asked of her that she doesn't want, it sounds like.
Yeah, and then it's, is it going to be consensual? If it is, it is. If it isn't, then I don't think anyone should participate in a non-consensual relationship, no matter what's at stake.
But we haven't even talked about the pain she must be feeling.
What do you want to say about it?
I thought I just covered that a little bit.
Did you?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Whoop.
Gold mic. Wait. Nope, the mic was on.
Mic was on, we just lost our monitoring.
Here we have some more comments from the chat room.
Yeah, what's Tajir saying?
Tajir says that I think planned cheating and an ongoing cheating is a totally different mind game than a spontaneous one-time thing.
Totally.
They are both wrong, but I feel like when it's so both of those things are wrong, but when it's premeditated cheating, there's obviously something bigger going on than I made a mistake, I'm sorry. I fully agree with that. Continues to say, I don't know how people do that for months to someone they've been married to for 8 years. Sheesh. Yeah, fuck
know.
that. Fuck this guy.
Fuck him. Fuck him in the asshole.
Fuck him, and then what?
And then leave him.
Leave him.
Leave his sorry ass.
Yeah. Fuck him and make him sleep in the wet spot.
Oh my god, my bad.
Play that no clip. No, dear God, no.
No! No! God, please, no! No!
I need to have access to these. And I need to be able to.
I know, we
play
need
them.
to... I'm going to get you all the production stuff at some point.
Yeah.
Tajir, I just got to say, I really appreciate you hanging in with us for these last, I think you've been on every show except the second one, which we actually bailed on midway through. So you've basically been witness to all of our content so far, and we really appreciate you having in the chat.
Yeah, you're the shit.
Were you around when we talked about her? So Tajira is an old guildmate of mine when I played World of Warcraft back in college.
Mm-hmm.
And
Guildmate.
guildmate, yeah. We spent... God, I was only in that guild probably for 3 or 4 months before I graduated and stopped playing. But in those 3 or 4 months, we spent a great deal of time together. About 3 or 4 hours a night, 3 to 4 days a week.
But you've never
It's
met.
like a virtual roommate.
Yeah, it's we gotta play some Fortnite later, bro. Yeah, a virtual roommate.
But you never met.
Nope, we never met in real life. I have met 3 of my guildmates from World of Warcraft in real life.
Cool.
I was hoping... Tajira, you remember Codir, right? Ziggs. I gave him the link. I don't think he's watching, but he and I have actually known each other way longer. We met in-game in 2007. 10 years we've known each other.
Holy shit.
Yeah. And he came out here once to meet some other folks, and we hung out a little bit, and our old guild leaders were professors at CU, actually. And we met them for drinks one night.
Does it? I mean, it's actually not as uncommon as you might think. The guy who runs the learning center where I work at, his son and his son's friend were both mentors at the learning center. And I just recently learned that my boss's son and his mom would play World of Warcraft together in a guild, and met this guy who then moved up to hang out and then ended up living with them. So this friend, like this kid's best friend, is basically from a Warcraft guild.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Wow.
and moved up and lived with them.
Oh, and that reminds me, Tyjira married someone from our guild.
Oh, no
Wow.
way.
Her and
That's
Serena,
awesome.
and they just had a baby boy together, I think.
So here we're talking about OkCupid, and it's like all you need to
Yeah,
do is
you
get
need
in
to
a
just
guild.
get a fucking Warcraft guild. That's like the
Can we
ultimate.
go back and tell this kid who was having trouble making friends to play Warcraft? Is that good advice?
He probably already does, to be honest.
Tyjira got it right.
That's awesome.
Tedra says Ziggs is Christian, right?
Yeah, Christian. Bug him right now.
Common interest equals awesome relationship.
Confluence.
Confluence.
Yes.
Sounds naughty.
Oh no! Oh no! Okay. Only so much I can do. Look at this.
So the more I stew on
Oh
it,
shit, I'm playing and it's not even on screen.
the more I stew on this with this woman whose husband has been cheating,
Uh-huh.
the alarming first response is probably the best advice. Fuck this dude. How are you going to come back from that sort of betrayal?
I think it's totally possible.
For a several month long betrayal, you think that's possible?
I think it's possible.
Yeah, and it sounds like they never actually met.
Well, okay.
But I think
How are you going to do that, though?
What?
How are you going to come back from that sort of betrayal?
I feel like he needs to make some serious changes and do some serious work on himself.
On some level, as adults, we can't necessarily expect that people aren't going to betray us. It happens all the time.
But that level of betrayal.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
And what is his
Where,
response
like,
to it?
I almost betrayed you today when I didn't get here in time to bring the mattress to the dump. But that's,
Right.
that's much different.
I'm not saying that it's not an incredibly difficult situation, and that this sort of betrayal is much different than maybe you showing up late.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think it's insurmountable. And
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of it depends on whether he even wants to
Right.
own what he did.
Right. Yeah, I think. I don't know. I almost feel like we're starting to just truly get into personal opinion because I just don't even think.
Yeah.
I don't think I could. I don't think I could trust someone again after that.
Yeah, it'd be
I'd
fucking
be suspicious
it'd be-
forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it'd be like, do I want to continue? Do I want to be suspicious the rest of my life, or do I want to actually just start getting comfortable being alone for a little bit?
It's hard to be alone. It's fucking hard.
That's right.
But it might be worth it.
Did I post my second Reddit question?
No.
If you go to Gotcha, soldier. Basically solo ulted this guy. If you go to the relationship Reddit, sort by top posts of the week.
Super Ziggs is here.
Oh, there he is. I think Tyjira probably bugged him a little bit.
Oh, hi.
So Ziggs is one of my oldest gaming buddies.
Cute.
Going on 10 years this year.
Have you guys met in person?
Yep.
Oh, nice.
A couple of years ago, 2 years ago now, I think, we met. That's who we had drinks with our guild leaders down in Denver.
Nice. Okay, sort by top of this week.
What's that?
Sort by top of this week?
Yeah, sort by top of the week, and then it's like one of the first 5 or 6.
Well,
somewhere
which
in there.
one?
I'm gonna have to maybe read ones out that we haven't read out yet.
Okay. I moved in with my boyfriend. Don't want his sister letting herself in unannounced.
Nope.
My mom doesn't want me babysitting anymore because his mother's too good looking.
Oh yeah, that was it.
Wait.
Wait, was that it?
I'm
Hold on.
curious about this one. What was
So
that
this
topic?
this one, if I remember correctly, this is a teenager posting,
Yeah.
and her mom, she's a babysitter, and the mother of the children that she's babysitting is like super cute
Oh.
and kind of young, right? Like 23 or something.
Okay, so this girl's 16,
Yep.
and her mom doesn't want her babysitting a 3-year-old kid.
Because of how hot the mom is, because her dad dropped her off and mentioned to the mom that the mom is cute.
So what is it? Is it the mom doesn't want the dad to
All right,
see
let me
that?
just-
Yeah, yeah. The mom is worried the dad's gonna like hit on this 23-year-old mom. That
So
I
she
mean,
says,
I feel really shitty that sad and weird that the mom is like bringing this 16-year-old into her shit
Totally.
in this way.
and that's like such an insecure relationship.
Yeah.
Like she's so if she's worried about that and she's gonna go so far as to like limit who her daughter works for because of she's afraid her husband's gonna be around a good-looking person, like
Right.
that cannot be a good, healthy, strong relationship at all.
It's absurd when I think about it.
It is.
Do we have pics of the mom?
So we can verify.
Apparently, she's a model.
Oh yeah, she's like you know, super like uber gorgeous or something.
Well, you know, it's pretty messed.
So I'll ask if we can imagine what the mom is feeling. What are we coming up with?
Oh, I know exactly what
So
she's
yeah,
feeling.
What?
yeah. What's the mom feeling?
She's feeling insecure and jealous.
Uh-huh.
She's afraid that her guy's gonna leave her for someone better.
Gonna leave? You think?
I mean, that's what she's worried about, right?
I mean, how hot is her husband that this 23-year-old
No, no,
model is
no.
gonna go for him though?
Uber gorgeous. yeah, you like that
she's
idea?
worried.
What's
She's
that?
worried.
She's worried.
Yeah.
Right, but is that a rational fear?
No.
No.
I mean, even if it was, like, I just don't feel like that's a healthy relationship to be in, or like a healthy way to relate to someone.
Okay,
No.
so
Yeah. I mean, I agree.
it's not healthy to feel jealous and then think I need to remove the thing
Yes.
that I feel jealous about rather than relating to my jealousy in a
right.
different way.
I think I can. Would that be putting our or what a external
You mean covering the world in
loci
leather?
of focus? Is that what that's called?
Tell me about covering the world in leather.
Covering the world in leather. Yeah, exactly.
As opposed to just
Tell me
covering
the
your
story,
feet?
Alex.
Oh,
Once upon a time.
I didn't know there's a whole story.
Yeah,
Oh.
there's a whole story.
Do you want to tell it, Zach?
There's some king who, when he walked around, on his feet would get sore, so he asked his advisor, like, "Oh, can you just cover all the roads with leather so that my feet don't hurt?" And the advisor was like, "Well, why don't we just get you some leather shoes?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how is that relating to what's happening right now?
Right. Well, so
Covering the world with leather is like trying to remove all the beautiful people from her husband's life, which is impossible. But if she were to just figure out a
control
way, yeah, if she were to figure out a way to like relate to her feelings and like somehow develop a more secure relationship, that's putting putting shoes on her feet rather than on the world.
maybe some communication there too around like, "Hey, honey, please don't tell me how hot all of our daughter's babysitting clients are. Like, I don't need to hear that." I don't know. I wonder
I
how
think
the
there's
information
more.
is delivered.
Yeah, like what does she want?
Yeah.
She wants to be the only person that her husband
She
is
wants to
attracted
be
to.
the hottest biddy in town.
She wants security and love is really ultimately what she wants.
Yeah, that's a tired old tune, isn't
What do
it?
you mean? It's called being human.
No,
Learn
I mean
about it.
like of course
Experience it.
that's what she's wanting, and
Yeah.
how is she going about getting it? And how is she going about getting it? Actually getting to the meat of it?
No.
Right.
It's totally a maladaptive strategy.
Yeah.
Completely.
Yeah,
And I mean, it's probably just pushes her husband away.
probably.
When
I
it's
mean, he's
likely
attracted
just-
to a 23-year-old for Christ's sake.
Right.
Well, it said.
Well, is there something wrong with that?
What?
Finding a 23-year-old attractive?
No, but the fact that like he is and then mentions it to his daughter and wife, I think that says something.
but his daughter said he just made like an offhand comment.
Oh.
It's probably like she's probably like strikingly beautiful, and he's like, "Wow,
Yeah, it's
she's
like-
really."
Oh, I
cute."
thought he like
Right.
must have like said something.
No.
Okay. Where?
But
Yeah.
I noticed that coming up for me this past summer. I was
What?
like,
What's coming up?
like that fear, like, oh my god, what if like, you know, a cuter girl comes and like this guy likes her more and stuff like that. But that's just, you just can't, that's just not sustainable.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta believe that your man is with you because he really wants to be with you, and if he wants to be with someone else, then he should go do that.
So, I mean, it's like the advice for the mom then would
feared
be
or loved. Easy, both.
This sounds like what this mom is wanting.
What?
I want people to be afraid of how much they love me.
Oh wait, yeah, Bagel. You can give me the lead back if that's you. I don't even know if he's in chat.
And we are.
Are we gonna look at
909.
in the box?
Yeah, it's 9:09.
Is it time to see what's in the box?
Let's do. So I'm about to start another match.
Okay.
When this one's over, we can
What's
talk
in the
about
box?
wrapping it up.
So
if
what
that's
is
y'all
the
wanna do.
question that this is this Redditor asking a question?
Which one?
Wait, oh,
Oh yeah,
The
I don't remember getting that far.
Oh, let me see. So should I read it?
what is Monkus? Super Zig says Monkus.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Okay, this is the stupidest thing I've ever had to type out. Friday night, my dad picked me up from Carmela's house. Carmela is my employer of 6 months now. Carmela is a model and she's starting a career in the television industry. My dad has never met Carmela because he is never around to do so. He's normally stationed somewhere overseas. He met Carmela for the first time on Friday night. They spoke for a little bit and I was there the whole time. Not once did she even remotely flirt with him or vice versa. Dad said something as an offhand comment to Mom about how Carmela is a very pretty young girl. Here I am being told I can't babysit anymore for her because Mom's jealous. Dad's trying to help but Mom's not listening. That's it.
So
No
just-
question.
Just sharing some shit.
Just
I
being
mean,
like, what the fuck is happening?
To just like speak to this teenager, the first thing I'll say is, I'm sorry your folks are putting you in the middle of their
Totally.
spat because it's kind of inappropriate.
Totally.
Wait, can you say that again?
It seems inappropriate that her mom is essentially putting her in the middle of
Oh yeah,
a disagreement in their marriage,
yeah, that's a little mess.
and I wonder if that happens in other ways.
Totally.
What do y'all think?
I mean, I agree. She's putting the kid in the middle. She's taking the brunt of a relationship disagreement.
And you know what I think?
What do you think?
Attachment trauma
Attachment trauma.
that needs self-regulation.
How could she go about doing that?
Who? The mom?
Well, how could you even with someone who wants to cover the world in leather?
Yeah.
I imagine they're in a headspace of believing that this is how you take care of problems.
Yeah.
So how would you
I'd be like-
convey to her that this might not be the best way to go about getting what she needs?
So I'd probably start by saying, okay, it looks like there's a younger self or younger, part of yourself in control right now.
Yeah.
And that part's very scared. And she has created these...
Are you crazy? I don't want my husband hanging around no 23-year-old floozies.
Well, listen. You can't control it. There's 23-year-old floozies everywhere. You just can't control it. He's going to be around them. But what you can
Well,
control...
if he spends enough time around this girl, he's probably going to cheat on me.
Okay, well, maybe you can work on, building a relationship with yourself so you don't rely so much on what he does to make you feel comfortable. So you can just be comfortable with yourself and give yourself the love you want and not rely on him to give it to you.
I'm giving myself the love I want by telling
Are
my
you?
husband not to hang out with this girl or to see her.
Is that sustainable? Do you think that's really like the best, healthiest way to relate to your...
I'll make it sustainable.
Okay, well, you shouldn't be in therapy. You clearly don't want my advice.
Oh, is that how you are when?
I'd be like, why are you here? To tell me how great your plan is? Okay, thanks for the $100.
I think that's a good point, right? Like, at what point do we let someone just bask in their resistance?
Maybe just reflecting that would be enough to kind of dislodge it a bit.
Say something like,
Be like,
Can
okay.
you join them in their resistance? What would that look like in this scenario?
well, if we're talking about like dystonic types of. Oh no!
That's screaming for an alt.
I know.
Like, I wouldn't want
Totally
to enable.
biff that.
You biffed it hard. So,
Well, yeah, you could join it and be like, yeah, just tell your daughter to make sure that she's responsible for your feelings for the rest of her life.
yeah.
Or you could just lock your husband up in the basement and you'd never have to worry about him seeing another girl again.
That would work. Yeah.
That would totally work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Throw a chastity belt on him while you have a chance.
Okay. The chastity belts are for women, aren't they?
Well, I don't know.
Well, yeah, probably. So most
Put
of
a,
them. Right?
cock lock
It's
on them.
probably not a female
Yeah.
invention, if that's what you're asking. Some dude was like, I don't want this woman to have sex. What can I do? I know, I'll put a steel trap around her vagina.
Blinders. Put blinders on them, is what Tajira says. Tajira also was
Yeah.
wondering if this woman feels like her husband's with her for her looks. Does the mom think her husband is only with her because of her looks?
It's a great
Otherwise,
question.
Why is she so threatened by her husband commenting
Mm.
on just someone's looks?
Totally.
Yeah, I
That
think
makes a lot of
that's a
sense.
really valid point.
Yeah. And if they have a 16-year-old daughter, they've probably been married for a hot minute, you know?
Mm.
So what's...
And he spends
Their
most of his
relationship
time
like-
overseas.
Oh, that's true.
Oh, was that? Oh, is he in the military?
I mean, it
Sounds
could
like
have
it.
something to do with it. Maybe it's like, dude, you're only home for 3 months at a time. Why are you talking about this 23-year-old? I mean, I'm sure the mom is already experiencing abandonment and neglect, and I feel like this comment about the 23-year-old probably triggered some feelings of rejection in her as well. Not to say that it justifies her response, but I can empathize with the scenario.
Yeah, of course.
Totally. Yeah, I want to be clear that we're separating the feeling from the behavior here.
Yeah.
Like, there's no problem with her feeling jealous of a
Right.
23-year-old. We're, I think, speaking mostly about her response to, on some level, ask her daughter to sacrifice a job
That's wild.
to make her feel better about herself.
And it's kind of pretty childish response, really,
Yeah.
right? Like, just gonna take this away from you now. Like, how's that? Doesn't really work. Obviously, the husband's still gonna find attractive 22-year-old.
Oh shit! Hold on, I gotta play this.
Yeah, well,
Why? What
maybe
happened?
next
What's
time
happening?
you will estimate me.
I think I just got to play the game with that
You
one.
will estimate me.
Yeah, never underestimate him.
Just estimate him.
Just estimate.
Maybe
him.
next time you will estimate me. Did you see what happened there, Zach?
I saw a triple kill.
It was a quadruple kill,
It was a
actually.
quad. I saw you
Quad.
shatter. You
Boys.
shattered Ryan's.
So I was running up to Reinhardt to pop his shield because I couldn't get to anybody behind him. Junkrat threw his little concussion bomb down, popped me over Reinhardt's shield into the team, and I just popped my ult.
Oh wow.
It was lovely.
So all these people are playing live right now
Yeah.
from
I'm,
all over
I'm
the
playing
world.
with somebody that we were talking in the chat with last week, actually.
Oh,
I actually don't know if he's in Twitch right now, but
He's in Twitch.
Jesus, this
Oh, he
is
is?
so complicated and confusing.
yeah,
This is not my world at all.
yeah.
This is not like Pokemon Blue.
Oh god, oh god.
No, it's not. There was only so many places you can walk.
Did you have Pokemon Blue or Pokemon Red?
I want to say red.
You had the red one.
Yeah, I think so.
Did you have Charmander or Bulbasaur?
Tajira says Alex plays next week.
Alex plays next week. Yes.
So, just so everybody knows, next week we're planning a Halloween episode. We are going to be talking about, what is it? Fear and fearlessness. So we're going to be dressing up because we're going to go to a little Halloween party after. At least some of us are. And, yeah, we're going to talk about...
slutty.
Yeah. And then Alex is going to play games in a slutty Halloween outfit.
Are we dressing as our biggest fear?
Are we doing that? I'd have to dress up as something
is that
really
fear or
embarrassing.
fearlessness.
Yeah, maybe we should do the fearlessness.
I don't think I'm
side
that
and embody-
fearless.
Yeah.
No, but do like a deity
So maybe
yoga
you should
kind of
dress
thing.
slutty.
That's not my biggest fear. I embrace that.
Or like who, if you were fearless, who would you be? Like archetype kind of thing, you know?
Okay.
I like that idea.
Yeah, that's cool.
Well, that isn't that saying that we're gonna dress up as what we fear? Because
No.
if we were fearless and we wanted to be something, then we would already be that. If we didn't fear it, right?
Sure.
You see what I'm saying? We can't
Yeah.
we can't dress up as something that we want to be if we were fearless, because that means that automatically that we're fearful about it.
Right.
Anthony can be the sexy gamer. Yes.
I already am the sexy gamer. I appreciate that though.
He's already wearing his costume.
I mean, yeah, come on. I'll dress up as. Okay, I have to admit,
What?
I told my therapist this yesterday.
Bruce?
Yeah, I said, Bruce, we're gonna dress up as the thing we fear the most.
Oh no.
And I said, so I'm probably gonna have to dress, or what we fear of turning into or becoming or something.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, yeah, I'm probably gonna have to dress up as my mom. And he's like, or yourself. And I was just like, oh Jesus.
Oh, trippy. What does
Oh,
that even
God.
mean?
Because I'm
Afraid of embodying your full
I'm.
presence?
Remember when I said I was working on vulnerability?
Yes.
Well, I'm basically shunning a whole side of myself that doesn't want to be vulnerable. So, working on that a bit. Or at least pretending like it's not part of me.
Just be naked with a bandolier on. What's a bandolier?
I think it's like a leather strap that holds a knife.
All right, folks, what do you think? Did I get the play of the game there? Was anybody watching?
I
think
don't
I got
you
it.
did. No.
Don't you estimate it.
Bagel got it! God damn it!
Haha.
This is probably good. Bagel's the only person I know that gets... Wow, this is kind of a lame... Alright. Okay.
Eh.
I did get a quad kill, so they just ignored that.
Well, is it time for what's in the box?
No, so I have to be really neurotic right now, and
We have to see that
we're gonna play my highlight.
because we want to see that.
I want to see it so badly. Oh shit!
Oh, a bandolier holds ammo, not knives.
Good to know.
What's this? It popped me over.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
I mean, come on, that's way
How-
more
yeah.
exciting.
How is that not play the game?
How is that not play the game, Bagel? Damn it! I don't have a
Who
play that.
decides?
What's that?
Who decides?
The game randomly
Yeah,
decides.
powers to be. You should save that
Randomly?
one. You should save
Yeah.
that one.
Oh, Bagel left the group.
That's
Yeah,
worth
I'm
saving.
gonna save that. Well, I'm gonna save it later because it might freeze the computer up. Oh shit!
Do we
Okay.
have an audio clip for this?
What are we doing? Yeah, we do have an audio clip for this,
Let's hear
and
Mickey Mouse, join exertion.
Mickey Mouse. Wait, where did Joyful Exertion come from all of a sudden?
What
They
do you
were
mean?
here
Yeah.
like over an hour ago.
They were here. They left. They came back.
Maybe they were here the whole time and just
Wait, their name is Blue. Doesn't that mean that they're a moderator or something?
Maybe it's Cody.
I bet it is Cody.
Probably.
Mickey Mouse. I don't get it.
Neither do I.
Oh, sorry, Bagel. I left. We're gonna wrap the show up here, so I'm not going to play for a little bit, or at least we're gonna start wrapping it up. Right? We're not like totally done right now.
Yeah, I don't know if that's Cody. They're not a mod.
Oh,
What does the crown mean? Twitch Prime.
yeah, that Mercy skin's pretty cool, huh, Ty? The crown means.
Twitch.
Oh, the crown means they're a follower.
No, crown means Twitch Prime.
Oh, Twitch Prime.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, by the way, everyone, I know we've got just a few people in the chat tonight, but we would really appreciate it if you could throw a follow our way. It goes a long way for us. And if you've got time, when our social media when our social media tags are working, because they're not right now on our Twitch page. We'd really appreciate a like on Facebook and a thumbs up on YouTube. I had no idea why content creators were constantly asking for this, and I always thought it was really annoying. And then I looked into it, and apparently it's incredibly important as far as how often your stuff comes up in searches and everything. So, and if you do that while we're live right now, your name will show up on the stream, so that's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
And they can be the fucking Lizard King for about 5 seconds.
I'm the Lizard King.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Ty Gieri followed. Thank you very much, Ty.
Looks like, did the name show up?
Yep, it did.
Yay!
Why are they not on the...
I think that'll show up soon.
Okay.
Maybe it takes
Thanks,
it a second to,
Ty
like, to catch up or whatever. So, do we want to say any more about next week? Should we go right into what's in the box or what?
Yeah, what's in the box? Not that I even understand what the fuck this box is or whatever comes out of it, but let's see.
It better be worth it. Or
She wants her money back?
Yeah.
Well, we haven't added subscription to our stream yet, so...
You'll be the first to get a refund, though. Oh, there, it's just updated.
Heyo, Tajira19, last follower. Really cool to see that this stuff is working. All right, Smash Jan, thank you, Bagel. We appreciate the follow.
Smashed in.
And with that, Bagel's favorite part of the show.
Oh, yeah. I got a big box. Yes, I do. I got a big box. How about you?
I got a big box, yes I do.
I got a big box. How about you?
I think you don't know what you're saying. I wonder what's inside.
Oh, I didn't play.
Oh,
Where is it?
where's our guy here?
Oh, wait.
Whoa! What happened here? We got a new follower.
Heyo, Super Zigs. Thank you, Christian. We really appreciate the follow. Oh, what was that?
That was me.
Okay. What happened there, Zach?
I don't know.
I spent like 10 minutes preparing this clip, and what gives? What gives? Hold on, we're gonna play it right now.
Oh, yeah. I got a big box. Yes, I do. I got a big box. How about you?
I got a big box, yes I do. I got a big box, how about you?
I think you don't know what you're saying. I wonder what's inside.
Ugh.
Who's in the box?
There we go. Brad Pitt, everybody, joining us on the show tonight as we finish up and open this loot box.
All right.
All right, I gotta say, I am really hoping I get the fucking Roadhog skin. I want the
you
like
want the
Frankenstein.
Junkenstein's monster.
Yeah, I want Junkenstein's monster. I saw that I didn't play during October last year, and I totally missed the boat on being able to get it. I've got enough coins to buy it, but I want to hold off.
We gotta show the game screen.
Oh yeah, that's right. Woo!
Thanks, Bagel.
Thank you, Bagel.
Thanks for everyone for looking out for our technical deficits.
We're figuring it out slowly but surely. Okay, here we go. Junkenstein's monster? Nope. Do I even want this stuff?
No.
Okay, this is kind of cool. I'm going to keep this
That's a
victory
cool one.
pose.
Yeah. He stabbed a pumpkin.
Yeah. Can you add multiple victory poses and like
No.
have them rotate randomly?
I wish. I haven't figured that out, though. It's just the one.
That's pretty lame.
And the rest...
Zach, we never talked about dating a gamer in a
We didn't.
That's pretty cool.
We'll have to...
What are y'all talking about? What'd you ask?
Talking about dating a gamer or a non-gamer.
Oh, shit. Well, maybe we can do a little push to talk after dark.
Possibly.
If you guys want to hang out a little bit.
Yeah.
That's up to y'all. I'm probably going to hang out on the computer for a bit tonight. All right, we got one more box. I said I was going to save all my boxes for the show each week, and then I ended up playing Fortnite all week and got one fucking loot box open because that game is just like
The best.
it's got my balls right now. Here we go. And no. Good God.
And just more bad skins.
Like,
What
why-
What
what-
does Widow say?
Why am I going to use this? Really?
No.
Is anybody using this?
No.
Please, somebody, if anybody's listening out there and they're using the Torbjorn child trick-or-treat spray, let me know.
Smashing says 40 dust.
40 dust? I was going to say you could save the week's worth. Wait, what is 40 dust? I don't understand.
I don't understand either.
All right. Well,
okay.
That was super disappointing.
Yeah.
Like most of them. And I'll say I'm not getting duplicates, so that's probably better. They did fix that shit over the summer.
Well.
So what do y'all think? We're going to open it back with the duplicate trash. It's 40 dust back.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So should we open up that can of worms, or should we save it for next time?
I think we should save it for another time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zach's not feeling well. We didn't name that earlier.
Nurse Alex has diagnosed me with a fever.
Yes.
He's got a fever. And the only prescription is ending this podcast.
His NyQuil.
Oh, Junkenstein's Monster's only 1,000?
Right, because last year's.
Oh, should I just buy it or should I wait? But you can only actually buy it during the Halloween thing, right? That is
correct.
So if I miss the boat and I forget to buy it now.
Yeah.
What's so great about this?
I mean, don't you see how cool it is?
I
Look
don't
at this.
see that, but...
Well, you don't know what he normally looks like.
That's not going to change anything.
So this is what he normally looks like, Alex.
Uh-huh.
Look how much cooler he looks as like a Frankenstein mishmash.
Yeah.
It's going to be really fun watching you play next week.
Tao and Mako.
Oh, this is what he's wearing currently.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh,
so they're like, and then Mako has a shark
just
on
the
his
two
head.
versions of the same skin. Because what's shark bait look like?
Same.
Uh-huh.
So I've got all 4 of those apparently.
Yeah.
And
you got Rudolph.
That's pretty cool. I didn't know about that one.
You got Baji. Weird.
This was for the Chinese New Year, I think.
It's very
It's
bizarre.
the year of the rooster.
And it's a fire rooster.
Is it?
Indeed.
So it's a flame year?
It's a flame year.
I was told recently that my astrological signs are a double flame. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm Sagittarius, and there's something about when I was born during the Sag month. Like my moon, moon and my sun are both flame.
Yeah.
Signs.
What does that even mean?
It means, oh god damn it! It means that I'm gonna keep unplugging our headphones, so we can't hear each other. It means that I've got a fire, I've got a passion, or something. If you believe in all that horse shit.
Okay.
Because I totally don't.
You don't?
You know,
you're lying. Come on.
Astrology?
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about how you didn't have a passion.
Oh no, I definitely have a. I mean,
yeah.
Look at
Tajira
this.
says it means you're uber hot.
I'm uber hot. Well, thank you, Tajira.
I hope your husband doesn't see that.
Hope he's not checking your laptop for your Twitch stream chats later.
You said horse shit. I was just thinking about something. It's not totally relevant, but I still like it. We've been talking about Gestalt therapy, and it came up once tonight.
Gestalt?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Fritz Perls, he talked about all this kind of like mundane conversation. He called it bullshit, like bullshitting, right? It's a phrase we all know. And then all these sort of like deeper, more intellectual conversation. He had a name for that too. Do you know what that was?
No.
Elephant shit. It's all shit.
That's good.
Oh,
Fritz Perl, it sounds like I want to try and get along with
Dude,
this guy.
needs to lose some weight. He is having trouble breathing.
Mm-hmm.
He does have an inhaler.
He has an
heals him.
inhaler?
Yeah, he basically has an inhaler.
Holy shit, this dude needs to go on a weight management diet.
I don't know. He looks pretty comfortable in his body.
What are you talking about? He can't even breathe.
He looks all right.
No.
He's breathing. Look at him. Look at his chest. Up.
Yeah, he's like.
Well, he can run around the map with the best of them.
Mm-hmm. Look at that amazing belly breathing he's doing.
Yeah, look at that.
Jenny Bondron would
This
be
guy,
so proud.
for all we know, this is Maitreya here.
Yeah.
Coming to
whatever that means.
The next Buddha.
He has the largest fucking belly button.
Yeah, that's pretty gnarly.
It's gross. How big was the umbilical cord?
It's like the size of a underground fiber optic cable or something. Look at this thing. It's like, this umbilical cord could have carried gigabit Ethernet all the way to Japan.
I love how he's got a cod piece made out of a fucking license plate. Go back to that.
Who's that talking right now? That's Bagel wants to know: are you fat shaming Roadhog right now?
I don't know.
Are you one of the people that would have wanted that Reddit community to stick around?
What Reddit community?
What
Fat
was
shaming?
it? Forget it. What were you
Well,
saying?
I'm just saying he doesn't look healthy. He looks like he's having very labored breathing, and it's just like this guy needs to just get some exercise in or something, you know?
Look, as someone who plays Roadhog regularly, I'll say you don't know him.
Can you go back to the last
I don't know
video?
him.
Which one was it?
No, up higher.
Like his regular one?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I never realized he's got a license plate.
Road rage.
That's his road rage.
And then he's got like a guard for his junk underneath there.
Oh wow, he's got a fucking.
He's got a grill. He's got.
Does it go? How far underneath does it go?
Just
right there.
Just the boys.
Just sort of under his nethers. What is this? Is that his hook? No.
Yeah, I think that's the ratchet for when he throws.
Oh, it is the
that's
ratchet.
His wench.
But there's no thing connecting it, so it's like magic.
It's a magic wench.
Yeah. He knows how to protect his right elbow though. That's cool.
Have you seen Widow's Proportions? This was our topic. One of our topics last week.
Is it the girl with scoliosis?
Yeah.
We were looking. She's bringing up Widow. But
actually, we haven't showed Widow to Alex. This is Widow.
Yeah, I mean that's.
Oh damn.
She is 60% legs.
Something she needs to go see a chiropractor.
Yeah, like
look at that.
Like has a divot in her back.
She looks like she'd be somebody that's like, in Forrest Gump when he got those things put on his legs to like straighten his back out. She could probably run around with some of those for a little while, you know.
Yeah.
Or is it just that she's like leaning?
Sticking her ass out.
Yeah, she's just like.
She's just leaning.
She's like, men, objectify me, please.
Yeah.
What's this? Oh yeah, so she's French.
Ew.
So she's got like French colors going on here.
Extra
you can see. Look at. It makes a C. It literally makes a C.
It's quite the butt.
Yeah. Oh, and that's something we haven't brought up. That might be good for.
It's all about
show.
that Tracer body.
Yeah. So Tracer booty. Apparently Tracer, which is another female character in the game, I'll bring her up. There was some controversy over her pose in the game.
Why?
Well,
because of the.
Well, they changed it.
Oh, really?
She doesn't have the same butt thing going on.
Oh yeah.
I don't exactly know. Maybe somebody in the chat room can help me out. But there was a lot of backlash about something Tracer was doing in one of her poses, and a lot of people were outraged on the interwebs, and I think Blizzard actually responded by changing it.
Can we see what it was like before the change?
I don't know. Tracer was too hot.
Why don't you just Google
Maybe
it?
I want to see sexy female characters in my game. Is that what Tajir is saying? She's all about sexy female characters. Yeah, so they did change it. Let me see if I can pull up what it was before. Do I even have a browser open right now? Yeah. Okay. Tracer booty before change is what I. So this was her pose before.
That's her butt pose.
She had her ass facing the camera.
Oh, I see.
So it was an over the shoulder. Oh, do they still sell it? Hold on, let me see. So her pose over the shoulder. So it was this.
Where it's just like.
Can I bring this up on the screen?
Check out my ass.
Let's see if I can bring this up here.
I don't understand what the issue is.
I guess it just displayed her butt too much.
What?
I don't see it either.
Here. I'll
I thought that's what like gaming was all about. Tits and ass.
I like it. So if we can do this really quickly. So, the pose in question was this one. A little risque. Little bit. Not really like even that bad from a...
It looks the same as the original one you showed.
So this is...
No, not that one. The other one.
Oh, where she's just standing there.
Yeah.
This one.
No. The one. Yeah. I mean, turn her around. Oh
No,
I mean,
yeah, they. It's not quite as Buddha-rific.
Yeah. So that's the one. That's the one in question, and they changed it to this.
But what's the issue?
It's too much booty.
Too much booty?
Is there such a thing?
Not in my world.
Not in my world. Did they put on here what they changed it to? So this is what it was. Yeah.
I don't get that, but whatever.
First comment on this website is people getting butt hurt. That's good. Huh.
All right.
So yeah, some controversy there. All right, so are we gonna end this? Are we done?
Yeah, I think it would be a good time to call it.
All right, so as we're finishing up, I want to remind everybody that your likes, your comments, your follows, your shares, anything that you can do to get us out there really helps. We'd like to try and reach more people, maybe have a little more engagement in the chat room, and yeah, just generally make this a little community on Saturday nights. And we're even questioning the current schedule. So just be on the lookout for that. And next week, Halloween episode, we're going to be dressed up as something. We haven't decided if it's our biggest fear or
our biggest strength.
Our biggest strength. Or maybe somebody just wants to like dress in assless chaps or something and it doesn't mean anything.
Or maybe
Are you trying to say that that's
something
what you wanna do?
that's like a pig with the
head of an egret. with the body of a walrus. Yeah. Yeah, so next week, Halloween episode, we're going to be talking about fear and fearlessness. And we invite you to join us with your costumes and share pictures with us of your costumes if that's something that you want to do.
Talk about fear.
And yeah, we'll talk about fear.
Fearlessness.
How do you embrace fearlessness?
Which, you know...
And what does that even mean?
It's easily misunderstood, but let's get into that next week.
Okay, so we're going to unpack that a little bit.
Yeah.
And yeah, thanks for joining us tonight. And if you want anything, if you want us to answer a question or address something that's going on in your life, kind of like we were doing with the Reddit questions tonight, we can be maybe a little more kind at times, I think.
We weren't
kind? We were a little rough with the mom, I think.
We were a little... I mean,
I think we weren't feeling the mom very much.
I acknowledge the rejection and abandonment.
Yeah.
She was probably...
Yeah.
She was like,
I'm sure I said something about inner child work.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Anyway, I just want to assure people that
we will not re-traumatize them on this show.
Oh, I will.
Well,
make sure
Alex
of
thinks any feeling is re-traumatization.
No,
so.
I don't. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, if you want to send us something that you're struggling with in your life, and we'll make sure that if you want to be anonymous, we respect your anonymity and we can treat whatever you say with respect. So feel free to shoot us an email at pushtotalkradio@gmail.com if you're interested at all in our opinions. And if not, you just enjoy watching. We really appreciate it. And we'll see y'all, I guess, again next week.
Bye-bye.
I don't think we've got a goodbye.
No, we've got our outro music, but we don't have a goodbye quote.
What, while I'm trying to find that, what did we decide was our outro music?
I thought it was the same as our intro music.
Oh, so your thing.
Yeah, but it's whatever.
Well, I gotta find it.
That's what we did last time.
Huh. Well, I actually don't know how to find that right now.
Okay.
So I think we're just gonna call it a night.
All right.
see y'all next week. And don't forget to dress up next week if you want to, and think about your fears and what fearlessness means for you. We'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.